It is Vibecast time.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome. I got your ass lucky. I forget about that. We was like, the fuck? You know, there's a lot that happened and stuff and whatnot. We'll try to, well, I mean, we don't try to keep it short. We just go off you guys as we always do. But we're gonna start off as always. How was our day? What's we been up to? And Honorable, you can go off first because you said you had a funny story about years, I think. Some bullshit.
Oh no, it wasn't a funny story about Gears. It's more like a funny realization moment. Because Greatest here gives me Game Pass. Thank you for that. And I tried getting Halo to work because everyone's been saying Halo is like the game you need to play. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend some time with it on the friends, do the campaigns with a whole bunch of homies. And it's gonna be a great time. I'm so looking forward to it. Get it on the Xbox store. Shit almost blew screen to my computer.
This is true.
And I was like, dude, that is bullshit. So I had to give up on that. Then I got my PS3 emulator working because I was stupid. And then I thought to myself, how ironic would it be if I got the game Haze? The Halo killer.
Yeah, that's funny.
Got the game. I ripped it from my legal disc that I have.
Good, good. We don't sponsor pirating in this channel, no sir.
Got it to work. First try, everything is perfectly smooth. Runs 1080, 60. It is a beautiful. And then I was like, dude, it has to be the worst thing ever to lose to a PS3 emulator. A PS3 emulator.
Yes, because as I've gone into great detail and explained even to Honorable recently, PS3 emulation is no fucking joke. But at the end of this is the peak of like optimization is everything. Halo should, on paper, run fine on its current setup. You know, the GTX 1060 Ti equivalent of the GTX, right? But the AMD, because I forget what it's called, because I'm a dum-dum for AMD name cards. And he's running like, so he's like running basically like a Ryzen 5 something, whatever. So like, yeah, I should run Halo, but like, oh, because ones and zeros don't match with this setup, fuck you. Yep, that's fine.
Anyways, that was my funny story. I've actually been doing really good, getting on the grind for the voice acting.
Oh, they finally added Persona Tactica. I'm a happy chief. I read them up.
How you doing, Mar?
I'm not gonna lie. Past week or so has been a bit much. Just today alone, already hindered me from going to work and whatnot. Which I'm good. I ended up with my ankle on that. But still utilize that time to kind of just sit back, relax, and play one of the 3 games I've been playing over the past week, which is Digimon Cyber Sleuth. The reason why I'm playing it, because I'm actually preparing myself for the next game that's supposed to come out. I'm not gonna get it right away, so that's another reason why I'm playing Cyber Sleuth, because I could just wait till that next game's on sale. Once it's on sale, I'll buy it. Like, let's say like maybe by 20%. But yeah, just been chilling, playing a lot more like single player games, and I kind of took a little break from Master Duel. As you guys already know, I played a little crap out of that game. I haven't been playing it as much. I do have other means of playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just been deck building for like funsies. Like if I were to play with my friends, what kind of goofy deck would I make? And then Gears of War. I gotta say, I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it a little later on in the podcast. But I've been enjoying myself. I've been having a lot of fun. But as I have been playing the game like online and enjoying the wonderful commentary from my opponents with, they're down on their knees, slapping my knob. Like I've come to the realization of like something that I kind of feel like Microsoft fumbled the bag real bad. Like I said, we'll talk about it later. We'll bring it up then. But yeah, what about you, GG? What's been going on, man?
Well, with me, as you guys can see, we've been busy with the channel, whatnot. We got a lot of things planned. It's gonna be a busy thingy. But yeah, you guys already seen the channel stuff. But do expect you guys that we're gonna have so many best friends play episodes. That's the biggest thing I'm working on. I only have 20 more left, and I'm gonna start uploading them this month. And I'm gonna upload them from like anywhere from 3 to 2 videos a day to just drown your guys' feed. So when you guys start seeing basically more or less the same thumbnail, except it's a different game title or pick whatever, and they just see me in codes. There you go. You guys know, Best Friends Play Marathon is here. So the long overdue episode of me and Codes playing Halo, me and Honorable playing something, me and Leg playing something, me and Mar playing something. The time is now, and so much stuff. But yeah, I've been enjoying Lost Soulside. I have been so busy with the editing and other stuff that I think I'm like halfway done with it. I'm really enjoying it so far. The game is really fucking good. I have a lot of things to say about it as well, but I'll save it because I'm gonna make a full video, kind of like how we did with Dragon Ball Z. And of course, Gears. No, dude, like. Man, no, dude, seriously, I just been so busy since the last time we did it. Like, I was actually having fun taking a break. And now, Delta Force, this is what I'm on now. I'm on a Delta Force grind. I already spent $10 and actually had an all-nighter. Like, dude, the month of August and early September has been great for games. Like, just dead ass. Like, I actually am, like, sitting and playing shit hard. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta still do work. Like, literally, if it wasn't for me having to do work and get, again, as you should as a developer, getting your shit together, like, yeah. But hopefully, and of course, I've also been playing Starlight Revival. There's gonna be a big video about that one, but way later, because it's basically super early access. But you guys already seen it on my channel. I've done a bunch of videos, so I'm not gonna go that further. Outside of that, like, it's anything you guys already seen on the channel, I haven't talked about, so I won't get too into it. And as far as, I don't say too much from my personal life. I mean, besides, oh, I got a bit more money at work, but that's nothing too crazy. I've been fucking around with Copilot to the point where even there's a lady who's like a university like teacher, and me and her are fucking with Copilot while I'm at work. So that's fun. But yeah, that's been my weeks. It's been pretty busy. I mean, heck, you can ask Honorable. He hasn't even seen me for a week straight. I was straight editing for the last week. Straight.
Yeah, man. We've all been in the dungeons, man.
But yeah, that's how it's been,
I kind of wish we stayed in the dungeons with all the news we're about to talk about.
Oh, fuck,
holy
dude.
Damn.
Right? There's some shit that just reached us regardless. I already talked about the Capcom update, so that's nothing new. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. What's the first thing you guys really, I feel like, want to talk about? I feel like it might be the Borderlands thing, and I know, Honorable, you feel very strongly about this, and me and Mara were talking about it earlier. Like, you know what? I think Honorable can say everything we want to say. So I don't know who feels strongly about something they want to get off their chest right now. Okay, Honorable.
This shit is ass.
Good.
That's all I have to say.
Really?
Dude, honestly, with how much oh my god, I'm like stumbling on my words. With how much bad press there was about this game, I was not looking forward to it, even from like the vague trailer that I watched, and like some early copy review people are saying, yeah, this kind of just feels like Borderlands 1, but just different graphics. It's just the exact same game with nothing new, nothing interesting. And I'm like, well, if it's gonna be a boring version of Borderlands, I'm not gonna play it. If anything, this has just been the year where like most of my people just stop buying AAA games that are just not the absolute normies.
Proud of you.
Like I don't want to get the next FromSoft game. I don't want to get the next Borderlands game. I don't want to get the next insert AAA game that I've liked before. All of these are just so
boring,
like, ass and boring.
It doesn't help that he's been having brain rot playing it emulator on PlayStation. So like, or not PlayStation, on PC. Like, because I can attest, I'm like, he's seeing the way. Like, when I started emulating on my PC, it really killed any motivation, or I want to say motivation, but any real reason to even play AAA. I'm like, dude, these are just so fun. There's no DLC. Like, the pacing is good. I don't feel like I have to force myself. Like, someone said it best. Like, you guys seen that one dude? He has the camera, whatever. I forgot. I might put a link where he says like, I feel like when I play a AAA game, I'm exhausted. Like I feel like I just got out of work. But when I play an old school game, it feels refreshing. I'm like, oh my god, yes. Am I not wrong, Mar? Don't you feel that's why, like, when we play the old games, it feels so refreshing, dude. It's like, fuck, yes. That's how I was with Gears. That's why I had so much fun with Gears, because it's an old school game.
Honestly, that's the immediate effect I have when Gears Reloaded finally came out and everyone was able to play it. Like, it just felt so relaxing to finally play a game that didn't really shove a bunch of crazy microtransactions in your face, or like didn't feel like it was like ultra hyper competitive, even though someone is, if you honestly think about it.
Right,
but,
and it never bothered me. No, I was just enjoying it.
It just genuinely just felt like a good time.
That's facts, man. Anyways, carry on with your Borderlands, right, Mr. Honorable?
Honestly, that is it.
Okay.
Other than that, I know that the person who wrote the story for Borderlands 2, I think it was Birch. He on like some podcast with his sister, the sister that voice acted Titantina, one of my favorite characters. I found out that he got really salty about her popularity, and I thought that was really weird. He just kind of became like an almost like a deranged asshole.
Interesting. What a bitch.
And it's like, no, you wrote a good story. You could have made a comeback.
See, you know what I think the problem? I watched the video because you guys know the Xbox chick, right? That everyone's been like sucking off because she's great and based and she hates. You know, she called out the Gears of Homo, or not Gears of Homo, the God of Homo, dude, loser. and everybody else, and dude, she does great videos about developing. And I seen her actually. I was watching like the video of the gears, and I was like, oh yeah, look, there she is. Oh, she's here developing gears. Let's go. And then and basically, long story short, I think I talked about it a little bit, but in their Xbox video, she said about basically like the reason so many things suck, especially even at Microsoft, is that people just have an ego, dude. Like, nobody actually cares the betterment of society or making a quality art game. They just care, oh my god, is my name there? Oh, how does this benefit? And to me, it's so weird because it's like, dude.
It's petty.
It's
is just straight petty.
But what's even dumber to me, this is what I think.
Humans are no better creatures than being petty.
Dude, it is. And it's pinnacle stupid because it's the same shit how people will do stupid shit even though logic doesn't make sense. You know, like, facts don't care about their feelings. This is that on steroids because to me, it's like, dude, you know the average person doesn't even know their creator of, like, go to a Naruto fan, they wouldn't be able to tell you the name of the fucker who made the manga, bro. Like, that is how brain rot the average consumer is. They don't know shit. You think they're gonna oh, that's the dude who was at the Xbox presentation. But they don't give a fuck about you. That's what rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, dude. Like, no one, even within Microsoft, you think Bill Gates is gonna run into the dude who was at the presentation? Oh my god, look at this. And you see it everywhere now. I see it, like, remember in Twitch, that dumbass who had that knock feature and was getting mad treated, and he just kept doubling. It's like, oh, because like, dude, these people just like want to be famous for fucking absolutely no reason, bro. And they think they made such a good idea. It's so weird, and that's the vibe I get from that. Cause to me, it's like, nah, bro. You know what, that dude? If you hear this, bro, 1v1 me, bro. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, bro. You're a terrible brother. You don't do that shit. Imagine being salty over an emoto. How dare you? Not in my fucking house. That shit rubs me mad wrong, dude. I ain't never done some shit like that to anyone.
That's just so stupid.
Nah, that's just, I'm gonna be honest, I think it's morally wrong. To me, no, that's that. And mind you, I don't say that very lightly, but I also am a Buddhist, so we're all with the Force and all that bullshit. Nah, I think you're just kind of low-key evil, bro. As a brother, as a man, the things you are taught, you are, you could be 8 years old, you got a, older sister who's 16, a mom, but dad always tells you, you're the man of the house. So I don't care how if he's older, short. No, bro, that shit's not right. You're there to protect Emoto. You're a terrible brother. Absolutely god awful. I have no mercy on people like you. That shit low key rubbed me wrong as fuck, bro. I did not know that. So now you guys know why I have an obsession with emotos, because I have one, but still.
Anyways, yeah, Borderlands 4 shit is ass. There's nothing to say about it.
Mar, what are your thoughts on the controversy?
While I step out.
I do have a little bit more to say about this terrible release of a game.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. The consoles have their own little issues, but the fact that you guys didn't even optimize it on the PC is kind of like, it's rancid. Good. You already know that people are going to want to play it on the PC, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. This is the console game anyway, but why are you going to release it on PC if you're only going to get like 1 frame per second? Speaking of 1 frame per second, you still get that when you play in the console version, even though they're the better versions of the game. Like, people are having huge issues right now actually playing through the game, like glitches, falling in and out of maps, not being able to complete missions. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with that game currently that they need to address. And the fact of the matter is, they didn't take time with the game, man. Unfortunately, they did not take time with this game. Anyone who was goofy enough to go out and buy this game in the first place, we already told you guys when they were trying to announce it that, oh yeah, this game's going to be $80. The moment they were alluding to that, which by the way, the full game isn't $80. It's
$70.
But you do have to get the full game, which is about 120. Yep. So and anyone who jumped onto this game, man, you really did it to yourself. And
you know what's even worse?
This seems to be the year where everyone starts to realize that.
Right? Yeah. You know what's crazy? I was in the Starlight Revolver Discord, and one thing that I discussed too that I kind of dislike that Starlight's semi-release was dropped right in the middle of fucking, goddamn Gears and Soul aside, 2 very anticipated games, and Borderlands did not do itself any favors either by releasing around that same time frame, bro. Because I legit forgot that shit was even dropping around this time. Because again, when you're releasing a piece of shit product that's overpriced, and then there's 2 games, okay, one. $45, the other one $60, solid ass fucking contenders for game of the years, and then you release this shit for $100, bro. You're really not helping the case for $100 games, dog. Heck, one game was in development for over 10 fucking years, dude. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, how much is that Soul aside?
60.
It's like what, 60 bucks?
Yeah, literally solid 60. And originally it was only going to be 45 because of the scope, which I think is 100% justified, genuinely. Because it's like, no, this is basically a AAA game. Because, like, remember, he went from a solo indie dev to having an actual fucking team funded by Sony.
Yeah.
Like, that one makes sense. That one's justified.
It's funny you brought up Sony because immediately the moment you said Sony, I thought about them giving away Evo. You want to talk about that?
We will. But let's stick on Borderlands, then we'll move over to that. But yeah,
All right,
what
but
else?
yeah, Borderlands. I'm not gonna really touch the game at all. Borderlands 2 still best Borderlands. Yeah, there really isn't much else to say other than they fumbled the bag again, and Randy Pitchford, you being online constantly and trying to tell everyone that everything's fine, don't worry, don't pay attention to the burning building that you're inside of right now currently. Like, yeah, nobody pay attention to him. Nobody go out and buy the game. We're gonna keep on saying this over and over again. Stop trusting AAA companies to give you a product that, let's be fair, for the past 10 to 15 years, it really hasn't been up to snuff the way how it should be, guys.
Yeah, no.
Ever since the PS4 and the Xbox One era, games have just been lackluster beyond reason.
Thank you. And like I said before, if they're charging more than... I have yet to play a game that's over the price of 60 that was genuinely worth it. At best, you're like, okay, this is okay. You know, look at Hogwarts or Doom 3. Granted, Doom 3 is Doom 3, right? But even then, still, it's like, those feel more like the except. And even then, like, you know what? Hogwarts wasn't even that good. No, Hogwarts was definitely not worth 70. It was an okay game, but it was not worth 70. Doom is Doom, so, but it's still not worth 70. Doom 3 was definitely not worth 70, especially with required ray tracing. Like, yeah, no, to me, you know what it is? If your game is more than 60, that's a red flag. that is a red flag. But yeah, I'm not gonna repeat anything that because Penguin Z covered it. Everyone's covered. They're roasting it. And again, that dude's on Twitter. To me, what bothered me the most, and I already discussed it a little bit with Mar, how this moron, what pissed me off is that he said that people cannot. Apparently, you know, not he didn't say the human eye can't see past 60. Thank God he's not on that, but I bet you he would be. Because this and you know what's worse is that this moron plays Borderlands at 1440p. Okay, Shine, that's fair. He was talking about, but like at 30 FPS, I'm like, ugh. See, this is why I don't like developers. They really don't spend on optimization. They would know that 30 is unacceptable in this modern day and age. And he literally said that the human eye cannot perceive delay. I'm like, dude, what? We have entire communities, the FGC and the FPS community, that bust nuts over delay. We bought BenQ monitors because of their millisecond response time. Are you fucking kidding me? We've had tests from Linus to actual scientists be like, all right, here's this monitor, you know, whatever his dumbass says, and then here's a BenQ, and immediately they could tell. Like, they could hide the logo, everything, just only the panel. They could tell immediately, like, oh, that's the BenQ. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, dude, this guy, like, nah, like I said, Penguin Z, other dude, they go into great detail cooking the shit out of him. But yeah, that's my added 2 cents. Everything they'll say, you know, whatever. And like I said, my favorite quote was from the other dude, was that you have to meet gamers at the majority, right? That's why the normies want to, and guess what? The majority of normies play on PS4s, and you have to adjust for the lowest common denominator and their budget, and the common denominator is PS4 and $25. If you don't like it, deal with it. There's a reason Silk Song popped off. Granted, it didn't pop off as big as people. I think they over exaggerated it, but for an indie game, that is pretty good, right? And again, why it's affordable, and people already played Silk Song on Xbox Game Pass, which further shows you that Game Pass is really good for helping games pop off. It's like. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna add. I mean, I never cared. Like I said, I haven't even finished. I barely started the Borderlands series, and I still didn't finish. And I'm gonna stop at 2. After that, as far as I know, there is no more Borderlands. This is my mindset now. Guys, be like me. After the golden era of PS3 and maybe some PS4 titles, pretend they don't exist. Yeah, be me. This is what me with modern games that get reboots or re-releases, or Marvel, Star Wars, or Capcom doesn't exist. Not canon. What? The Star Wars has sequels? Never heard of them. I don't know about this. I don't see George Lucas on that title. What? All I know is Star Wars, you know, the old ones and the 3 new ones, and that's it. You know, or the prequels as they call them, right? Like, that's all I know. Who's this Ray bitch? Never heard of her. You know, like, boom. You know, I'm going to be delusional, too. I'm on your guys' level now.
Wait, Rey Mysterio's in Star Wars?
Yeah, apparently, man. Shit. This must be some good fanfic. Fuck. You know what? MCU? I don't know what that is. All I remember is they stopped making movies after the Marvel's Avengers. I was like, man, whatever did happen. They had so much potential. Oh, whatever. I'll enjoy my old school comics, and the Avengers, Mightiest Heroes, they got canceled for whatever reason. Oh, you know, the second Stanley, George Lucas lived.
Universe. Yeah, it's the Nick universe from McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You know what? Random thought. Is McDonald's the original Fortnite?
Oh my god. Dude, what? Holy shit.
I know it's a complete side tangent, but think about it for a second.
Dude, no,
it's
I
the
did.
original Fortnite.
That shit hit me. I'm like, dude, I don't know why even the McDonald's M feels Fortnite-y. Am I not wrong?
Oh my god, Fortnite stole their idea from McDonald's.
Dude, oh my god, we're so funny, dude. Man, you know, yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, dude, you know what? If anything, McDonald's is a sign of what Fortnite's gonna become. It's gonna become sterile. and boring. You know how McDonald's used to be fun and they had the parks and colors and all. It's just the fucking, what is this office building looking ass shit?
Like every other weekend was like a blast, and then on top of that, like every time when like someone had a collaboration with McDonald's, like they popped off like crazy.
Literally, dude. See, and I know that's the main reason you said because of the collaborations. Hell yeah, dude. Man, oh, we're getting nostalgic, man. Oh man, we're showing our age here.
Oh, yeah, man, we're ancient right now.
Oh, fucking Zoomers calling us unks.
One day I'm just gonna randomly say Beanie Babies, and my daughter's
what's
Beanie
that?
Baby, and I'm just gonna age 10 extra years.
No, dude, I aged. Did you see that short that got viral a little bit from Asmund, where he said that his grandpa's like 58 playing a PS1, and this dude's like he's turning 18, and I'm like, dude, that did make me feel old. Cause like, dude, wait, he's 18, and like basically it's saying like, oh, so the PS1 is like, I just can't. Every time I hear something more than almost 15 years, I'm like, I just cannot accept it. I'm like, what the fuck? The one that hit me was like, oh, do you know the PS3 is like 10 years, over 10 years? I'm like, that one bothers me the most because to me, the PS3 is like my teenage system. And I guess I'm like Sarana, the famous Twitch streamer, Forever 17. Like, I feel like I graduated yesterday. What do you mean yesterday was 10 years ago? No, I will not accept that. I can accept the PS1, but not the 3. Oh, man, wow, we got off of the... I mean, yeah, I would say we're pretty much done wrapped up with the Borderlands thing. Maybe everyone put it better than what I could, you know? But yeah, no, that's funny. I like the sand tangent. That was a good roll. We're over here on Nostalgiaville. Damn. Oh, Honorable's not here. He couldn't zoom us. He would be calling us Unk. He'd be like, oh, you guys are old. Huh? I just, dude, Mar. You know what I just thought of?
Yeah. What?
Has there been a McDonald's Fortnite collab yet?
I don't think so.
There should. See, you know, Fortnite and McDonald's collabing is like Steve from Minecraft being in Smash. It's a match made in heaven. Like, it needs to happen. It's too obvious.
I think Fortnite makes enough money to actually buy McDonald's. Now that I think.
You know what? I wonder. Because here's a better way to put it. I feel like if McDonald's at its peak, it's beating Fortnite because you know food is far more ubiquitous than a video game. But at the current state, I would say maybe only because there's still a lot because like McDonald's has dropped off. I haven't even seen a thing. That's why they've been raising the prices a little bit. So last I checked too, when I was like, oh. Because, like, dude, a lot of people from our generation, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a documentary about that dude who almost died because he ate only McDonald's. That shit low-key did give me PTSD about fucking eating McDonald's, bro.
Precisely.
Yeah, like, that actually traumatized a generation of, like what I call older millennials. I know they're called something, I don't give a shit, though. And millennials, like, we're just like, you know what, maybe I don't want to die in early age. That shit worked on us, bro. We got traumatized as fuck. Same how the cigarette ads worked very well. Alcohol didn't need any advertisements. Just our parents being idiots was enough advertisement to stop drinking. So good job, parents.
Okay, like, is it just to put this in perspective? As of the fiscal year of December 1st and 2024, McDonald's made approximately 25.92 billion.
Holy shit!
And Fortnite, which again hasn't been out as long, has made at that same time period. So far, they're about 5 billion. So not yet. Okay. They're getting there.
Yeah, no, because McDonald's is literally all over, and the thing is, like, certain market, and this is something that you know, because investing in business and whatnot, and something that I do want to invest in the future is like they said, if you want to get into a business that you know will never run out and is always profitable, and you can do something, it's food, clothes, and I forgot what the third one was. It's like because people will always need them. I'm like, he's right. He's right. You can never go wrong. That's why, you know, hopefully in the future I'll make my own ripoff Balenciaga, and some of it will be clothes based on the characters from my video games. You know that shit will sell like hotcakes, bro. And here's the other thing is, I'll give you quality clothing line. Not no garbage. Oh, here's this shitty cosplay that looks like fucking garbage and it breaks by touching. Loki, Mini Kanjin is someone who wants to get into cosplay. I hate some of the really bad cosplays you have to do. Like, you genuinely, like, I'm gonna have to pick up sewing, bro, so I can make a decent cosplay. Like, holy shit, dude. By the way, I'm not going to spoil because I have a good idea. Long story short, there's a VTuber I want to cosplay as in the future. Because right now, the two big ones I want to cosplay is Chibi Yukiko, as we know. I love the Chibi. Second, Enkidu from Under Night. I've already done that cosplay before at ASIN, but I want a really high quality one. And both will cost me around $100-ish. And they're not too hard. But like this one, like, no, I would have to sit down and learn how to sew and shit to do this cosplay. And I was like, yeah, I want to do it justice. There's actually two VTubers I want to do better.
Cosplay is Black Aspen Gold.
Oh, hell no, bro. You're gonna have to lose a couple pounds for that one, dog.
No. I had to be fat Aspen Gold. I'm fat Black Aspen Gold.
Okay, fair enough. My mistake.
I'm the negative version of Aspen.
Oh, negative. Oh, that means, okay, if that's the case, then instead of having the most lukewarm takes, you have to have the hottest takes. You're gonna be like, man, water's for the gay. It's just to say, like, no, it's so out of pocket that universally everyone has to disagree with it. I don't want to breathe. Breathing stupid. Can you believe we
So
have
I
to
literally
see?
just have to take the lines from Alex Jones and just use that.
You cooked. You cooked. And you gotta do the voice. Turning the frogs gay. Oh, dude.
Water turns everyone gay.
Oh my god. Anyways, is there anything else you? I mean, now it's your turn, Mar. What's something you feel very hotly about, sir, in the video game
Well, I
industry?
wouldn't say hotly, but it's a realization. I alluded to the game. I'm having a great time. Everything is cool and that, but the fact of the matter is Microsoft dropped the ball.
Okay.
They should not have re-released the re-release of a game. They should have released Gears of War 2 remastered, and that should have been crossplay. Because if you look at the Gears of War 1 game, it is very barren compared to Gears 2 and Gears 3.
Yeah, true.
If they released Gears 2, that would have been the reintroduction of Horde mode, and everyone would want to play Horde mode together, and there would be more people playing that currently. Or even if they did Gears 3, then we would have both Horde mode and Beast mode. On top of all of the the tag team, the annex, King of the Hill, capture the flag, we would have all of that all in one if we had the other Gears games. But because Microsoft has been extremely lazy on getting on the ass of the coalition of
all their dev
they just basically told them, hey, why don't you just re-release this game and just up it to like 120 frames? Like, don't get me wrong, the game feels a bit better. Like it's kind of samey for me. Like I feel like it really didn't miss much of a beat. And like playing through the campaign, I do like it. It's one of my favorite campaigns because it is pretty semi-short. You know, you can go through it within like an evening with a buddy. But like Gears 2 and Gears 3 would have been better options simply just because it would have gave more variety for everyone. I feel like it's either you play the campaign or you play the multiplayer. If you don't want to play either of those, then you're not playing the game. And that's a bad thing. Gears of War, especially jumping to the PlayStation, a lot of people are just like, well, I'm getting smashed by a bunch of players who've been playing this game for like the past 20 years now, and I got nothing to really play with my friends because we already went through the campaign. I don't want to play through the campaign over and over again. So like the short lifespan of this current Gears of War feels like it's gonna die out with, like, I'm gonna be honest, like the next week or so.
I mean, yeah, no,
like
you're
I've
not
already
wrong.
seen it die down quite significantly now, and don't get me, like, once again, I love the multiplayer. The multiplayer is a lot of fun, but when you have people like me running around,
nah, we're sweating, bro. We're going in, bro.
Like but that's a problem because again, we're going ham on everyone. We're already used to the game. The new people are trying to play the game. They can't get into the game, and they start complaining about, oh, I get one-shotted. Or like, oh, these guys aren't even using the shotgun; they're just taking the pistol and just whipping me down, and then everyone's in my corpse. And it's like, I get it. You want to call us toxic? I call it like a typical Tuesday for a Gears of War player. There's some people even within my circle that complain about the quote-unquote toxicity. Honestly, this is what this game is. Like, it would be a lot worse if we had like a Gears 2 or a Gears 3 remaster. Because remember, we have the different executions in those games as well.
Yeah,
which
no.
is another thing that would have went absolutely crazy. Like everyone running around with chainsaw guns, going at it back and forth with that, or like, you know, using people's bodies to like, okay, I'm gonna use his body after I pick him up, and then I'm gonna tag him with a grenade and then kick him to his buddies so then they can explode. Like that comes in later Gears games. You can't do that in this current Gears. So the Microsoft, you dropped the ball once again, and this is one of my favorite franchises too. Like you guys really, whoever's working your PR and whoever's working on these ideas of what to release, fire them and hire me, please. Like I'm not even kidding on that. I am the one person that I feel like if you really want to save face, allow somebody who is in touch with the community to get in touch with you guys to let you know, hey, stop being retarded and give the people what they want. Because if you don't give the people what they want, you're gonna lose money, and then pretty soon you're not gonna have anything at all that anyone's gonna be like. We could already argue right now. Microsoft as a whole, the only thing they have is Game Pass, and even that's starting to die down for a lot that
Yeah, no, because you
like,
can only,
unless you're like a diehard Call of Duty fan, like there's no real reason to actually have an Xbox right now. And then especially now that they're doing this whole collaboration with Steam, which by the way, I enjoy the integration between the Xbox app and the Steam app. But fact of the matter is, I have a PC. I don't need this. But like I could see someone owning an Xbox and like having it that way. That's actually pretty cool. I will give them that. Other than that, games wise, guys, you really got to start thinking about your games and how you distribute this. And like, remember, there's a dedicated fan base for Halo. There's a dedicated fan base. There's a dedicated fan base for Gears. If the next Forza Horizon is not in Japan, your game will not sell. I know Forza 5, it sold on the PS5, but that's because they don't have any good racing games to begin with.
That's facts.
And especially because I already know later down the line you guys are going to release Halo. We just passed the Halo Reach 15-year anniversary, by the way, nice. Which is kind of crazy to even say. 15 years of Halo Reach? Jeez, man. That's not even my favorite. That's not even my favorite out of all the Bungie games. 3 is, and it will always be Halo 3. But, like, I know Reach was really popular for a lot of people. And hell, man, like, going on almost 20 years of Gears of War. We're about to get the release of E-Day. Please do not make Marcus and Dom gay. If you guys do that, you're going to kill the entire community.
Oh my God.
I have that weird feeling that's exactly what they're going to do. There's going to be a lot of gay tension in that whole game.
Well, I don't trust anniversaries with modern developers and companies in general. It kind of just feels like a yearly slap to the face to the community, to the gaming community and the fan base as a whole. Look no further than PlayStation's 30th anniversary. I am not letting that down.
Hey, you for real, anniversaries have been slacking lately. Am I not wrong? Capcom's anniversaries have been shat. Dude, like, Capcom usually has good anniversary, but no, their anniversaries have been... No, even worse. Dude, Killzone had an anniversary. Sony didn't even acknowledge it. It's like, what the fuck?
Yo, who?
You know who had to acknowledge it? Helldivers, because they wanted a collaboration.
Right? No, but to further on the whole Gears thing, my personal thoughts is like, no, I think he's definitely right, especially like I started realizing how bare bones it is, because when I was doing it, once I finally got into the group and I wasn't trying to headshot and had time, I'm like, oh, I held the button. I was like, I was so used to Gears 2 and 3. I'm like, oh shit, it doesn't have like the executions like in the other Gears. And then, yeah, the break. But I could see why they did the way they did, because I look at it from a business perspective and an economic standpoint. It's like they want to test the waters to see, okay, if the Gears 1 can do, and it even makes sense too logically, like story wise. Okay, 100% it makes sense to release one. Like, no one should argue that, because if someone, especially as PlayStation players, you never played it, you want to play the story first. That's what every normal human being does, right? Oh, let me play the story. Gears 1. But what I think I definitely agree with Mar in the community is the sense that, especially, these are companies, you guys love remastering shit. Remastering Gears of War literally will just print money. So to me, like, okay, I get them, I want to test the waters, but like, even like, it's like, I wouldn't say release Gears 2 over 1. Like, no, you still need 1 regardless. But release 1, because again, it's not that hard. And then like work on 2. You have E-Day. Have 3 projects or whatever. Or I mean, I guess, and even then, even if it was E-Day, at least make it where it's around the corner. So then again, we don't run into the issue that he said, because yeah, Gears 1 is pretty bare bones, and I feel like unless you're really dedicated, you won't really. I mean, I'm only sticking around now at this point because I have so much stuff, whatever, and it's good. Oh, I'll play with Mar, and I'm down to go sweat. But even then, only for so long. Like, because for me, without that competitive drive, it's really hard to play something like Gears or Street Fighter without having like that dragon to chase, from like South Park. Like, to me, it's like ranks or prestige. Without it, I genuinely am not as motivated to play any MLG game. Like, I'll play all this and that. I don't mind getting good, stomp, but and then like, oh, and then after I was like, okay, yeah. And even then, when someone's 2 MLG, I'll sit here and be like, you know what? You're better than me. GG's. And I'm sitting here like, I don't feel like spending 100 hours just to be even with you, dog. I'm gonna keep it $150. I just want to play some good MLG matches, have some decent headshots, and you've seen it when I play. I got in the hang of it, whatever. And hey, GG's, no bullshit, nothing. But man, if I start running into a whole squad and it's just me and Mar, yeah, no, you got me fucked up, bro. I want to actually play the game. I'm not trying to get cooked for free. I don't mind getting cooked, but I at least want to put up a fight, dog. But yeah, no.
What are you talking about, man? Me and you versus a full team, that's an even fight.
I like your confidence. I mean, I know you're good as fuck. Ain't no bullshit on that, but Gears is like, it takes 2 to tango, and luckily for you, I'm at least a decent teammate. My wall bouncing has gotten even a bit better since you gave me the training. You noticed, right? I started fucking up a lot less. Oh man, now I'm getting, dude, I have clips, dude, because, no, wait, do you remember that one match where I actually killed team? Do you remember that shit? Like, that was just nasty as fuck for no reason.
That was freaking phenomenal. I actually think I recorded it somewhere here in my archives.
Like, there was 3 of them just staring down at me, and then they revived the fort. And dude, I just went, like, ham in like 3 seconds. I'm like, dude, that was Gears as fuck. Like, no, the game's amazing. I love games where you have to work for your shit. Like, the Gears is obviously me, but like, I would have preferred to, like, at least, Gears. Like, here's a good better to it. Because it's a compromise between because I get it, right? Like, okay, you want to test the waters and see if you can release it. It's like, no, and here's the bigger problem. It goes back to the whole thing that companies don't just want to make a little bit of money. They want to test the waters for Gears 1. Like, let's see if it sells like over a gazillion copies. Like, dude, as long as you make a profit, you should be fine. And you can 100% make a profit by even if it, and again, it's lazy. You know what? Fuck it. I'd rather take a half-ass lazy remaster of Gears 2 and 3 instead of not having one at all. You know? And again, I love Horde 1. Seriously, I play Horde 1 religiously. Like, for me, like, oh, we're gonna release Gears 1. I mean, granted, let's say if Gears drops 2 now, because then they see the schedule. Oh shit, there's a lot of games. Let's wait until they die. So if they release Gears 1, whatever, let things die. And then, oh, here's Gears 2. But, alright, like I say, E-Day, but I would have preferred if they released Gears 1 a lot closer to E-Day. I feel like that would have been a much better idea. Because I'm pretty sure E-Day is gonna have fucking at least Horde mode. And it makes sense, right? Release the first one, then the prequel, and then all the sequel, you know, for like order's sake, story-wise. But yeah, no. I mean, I personally think
want to know what they could have done for a bonus, now that I'm thinking of it? They could have held the Gears 1, and either one of 2 things. Either they did the Marcus Phoenix collection, which in all honesty, like a Delta Squad collection, I guess you would call it, because obviously it's about all 4 of the characters, not just Marcus. But like, if they were to either release that, which is Gears 1, 2, and 3, or they can bundle Gears 1 with E-Day and have people play through both games. So after when you're done playing through the prequel, you immediately go into Gears 1.
Yeah. And you know what's even crazier? What I thought of? You don't even have to remake it. Just remaster it or re-release it. Like, literally, give us the 360 version, but it just runs on modern hardware. Because literally, Gears 2 and 3 aged much better than Gears 1 graphically. You know, it makes sense, because if you look at Uncharted and Gears, you look at the first one's like, oh, okay, it looks a little PS2, early PS3. Then you look at the second one, like, overnight, Gears 2 and Uncharted 2 had, like, a glow-up, bro. You're like, damn! Then you look at 3. Dude, Gears 3 and Uncharted 3 look so good, they made the frame rate drop on both systems, bro. They were pushing the shit out of those systems. Like, did you see the illumination effects of Gears fucking 3? Did you see the cinematics and the fucking crazy of sand effects in Uncharted 3? Like, no. Like, those games, just a re-release would be perfect. Like, Gears 2, Uncharted 2, okay, maybe a touch-up, a remaster, sure. Nah, for the 3 of Gears, nah, just re-release it, you'll be fine. The game looks gorgeous as fuck. So, now that I think about it, like, no, that literally is just printing money. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that hard. So now I'm thinking, like, you know what, yeah, you could have released the Marcus Phoenix collection. Shit, like I said, don't even remake it, just remaster it. But again, this is the problem. We have too many people. Like, see, people at the top want to make more money than logically feasible, and the people at the bottom, the actual devs, the losers, no, we want to innovate, we want to do this. Like, dude, just re-release the fucking thing. Get your ass, put the bags in the put the fries in the bag, bitch. You know, but the problem is everyone wants to add their own fucking stamp. It's like, dude, no. Because like some of the atmosphere and color is ruined in well, I wouldn't say ruined, just different in the OG Gears for sure. But hey, Kugla, thank you for joining. Oh, thank you for switching it for me. But yeah, no, and this is the biggest problem. The infatuation with remakes instead of just re-releasing or remastering something is really annoying. Because when you think about it, there hasn't been, I think, a single remaster besides Gears itself, because that's a remaster, right? It's a remaster of a remake.
Yeah.
But like now companies see PS3, PS4 was all remasters, but now it's remakes. It's like literally remakes are more expensive, and not only that, you guys fuck them up. Gears is luckily one of the remakes I would say, like, yeah, there's some artistic, but largely I would say 90% of the game remains with its integrity. You know, like, okay, there's some cutscenes, some for the better, most for the worse, and again, it's all opinionated, really. I agree with all the sentiment with the Gears fans that I feel like the horror atmosphere was toned down a bit because now there's more colors instead of the hardcore yellows and grays that the old one did, which I much prefer for atmosphere. But even then, does it detract from it for the large part? Like, no, the sound design is still there, the cues are still there. It's just a slight tone color change, right? And if you already played the first one, then it's just, oh, you won't notice it on your replay through. I didn't notice it because, like, I already played the OG Gears. You know, like, that's why I do agree with the fake Gears fans. Like, if you want to genuinely get the full Gears experience, play the OGs first, and you can just replay it on the modern systems. You know, which is basically what I did, really. But, you know, that's a more nuance, and I think the average normie doesn't really give a shit, so that's more like an enthusiast, really. But yeah, even then, like, just so from the artistic side point, no, just re-release it. It's way cheaper. But no, these devs are probably gaslighting the executives who don't know shit about games. No, we can't do that because the code. Or, like, dude, it's Unreal Engine 3. You motherfuckers know Unreal. Clearly. Like, because, dude, no. Even more since how you know these CEOs don't know anything. That game runs on a modified version of Unreal Engine 3. You're telling me you fuckers can't do that shit for Gears? Like, just the same shit y'all did there? But just port Gears 2 and 3 to that? Like, nah, bro, miss me with that shit. Mind you, I use Unreal myself, but granted, I'm not familiar with 3, so I can't say too much on that. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say with Gears. I do agree with a lot of it, but I get the mindset behind it. But even then, as I'm saying this, my brain's like, wait, no, you still have no excuse, motherfucker. So even as me trying to play devil's advocate, I'm still cooking their ass, bro. Like, I'm trying to defend y'all for you to say, like, no, this is still stupid. But yeah, regardless, Gears is great. Thinking about the clips makes me now want to play again, because I'm like, damn, dude, I like, if I'm in a good mood, bro, I'm nasty as fuck in that game. I ain't gonna cap. I'm Marcine, like, I got him hyped. He was watching me, like, when he was at work. Especially that one match. Remember when it was like it was a good even team and we were actually wall balancing good and having like a meta? Like that was clean. That shit was not. Oh, and then I chainsaw 3 dudes.
And the way how they just walked into that, I'm not gonna lie. Like I get annoyed when it happens to me too, man. But it's just a hilarious sight to see when it happens, man.
But you can't lie because of my good ass movement and decision making. That's why it happened in the first place. It's like, wait, we're so close. Yep. I was like, well, let me ball bounce, get right to his like, nah, bro, nah. Like that checkmate. The last dude, no, he did run into it. That third dude ran right into it. I think he wanted to run up and shot me, but no, boy, I had that bitch revved. He didn't hear the rev. But yeah, that's all I got to say in Gears. I think quite a bit to discuss there.
Well, you guys were tag teaming in Gears. I was tag teaming in a different fighting game.
Oh right, Shitty X2KO. What's the lore on that?
Not 2KO, 2 free cause of bullshit.
Yes.
Honestly, I have a pretty solid review. I was thinking about making a video about it, but it had kind of like this analysis point of thing. It was like a co-op fighting game you never play solo.
That is hilarious.
Basically, all the fun. Here's like basically like I'm gonna keep it short as much as I can.
Yo, you wanna learn how to do a fucking infinite?
Like a lot of fighting games have potential, but I feel like this one is purposely being left with grease and rot. And yeah. I say that because I do respect Tom Cannon, Seth Killian, those guys. Cool.
Oh yeah, they're cool.
But just, I feel like they are aware of like the design flaws that they have and some of the obnoxious shit that I ranted about many months ago from the outset. And they just can't. They just won't do anything because it is just Riot's next IP to milk the fuck out of for the money.
Yeah, nah, I already said before. I mean, that's the only reason I was gonna touch 2XKO is because
I had a friend of mine who was dueling for the longest time that has this really good synopsis of it. It's just like you said, like this is just Riot's next greasy little finger money grabbing game because they're just gonna fuck this over like they did with their previous games that they've released over time after League of Legends.
Well, I was thinking, I literally think more. Thank goodness I associate Riot far more with gay Counter-Strike. I forget what it's called, but yeah. Shout outs to Ame who hates Valorant. That's my girl. I'm proud of you.
That's my girl.
I'm so proud of her. She's a real gamer. But yeah. Carry on.
It's really sad because like ironically enough, the trainee mode is it actually feels more fun than actually playing the matches.
Oh, that just sounds like FGC in general, bro. That's just cap. Welcome to my world.
Everything good I can say about the game, it comes from the fact of having a second player with you to actually like swap, like play off of each other's ideas, swap in middle combos.
So
it's like that Jaeger moment from Pacific Rim where like you're both are synchronized.
So wait. Sorry to interrupt. I was like, wait, Mario, agree with me. So what you're telling me is people get to experience what BBtag should have been, first. Second, what Tekken Tag and Street Fighter Cross Tekken already did, but better.
Yes.
Carry on.
And like I said, it's like that moment when like you're inside of a Jaeger in a Pacific Rim movie. Like the both of you are synced and locked in. When that happens, this game is fun as fuck. Even though you're not even trying to win, you're just being like, okay, what's like the next funny thing or block string I can have, and then fuck them over. It's so much fun when you're doing like all these things. Remove co-op from that experience. This entire game shits all over you, and it's very obvious.
You know what's funny? I feel like that's not even unique to 2X. I mean, I feel like in your case, like, granted, we already know I don't care, whatever, and I'm glad that it's dying.
It comes from the idea of like the game is being promoted as like a 4-player co-op game, but if you remove co-op, the game flops. That's why I said a fighting game you never play solo.
Anything else you got to say? Or
honestly, it's just. It's saying it's a closed beta, but this feels more like a final release. I see very little changes outside of just infinites, which I sent to Greatest.
Yeah, I posted it while you were talking, so they saw it. That was playing on the background.
Yeah, they're just fixed like obvious bugs like infinites and stupid other bugs. That'll be obvious. Other than that, it's gonna be an MVC3 imbalance game. It's just not gonna be fun.
Yeah. No, that's the problem with tag games.
Like a classic example of like a decent team that you need like 30 hits to do half health. One other character 3 swings super does half health. It's stupid.
Here's the thing too. I noticed too. You said that like, dude, every tag fighter or more than 2. They're all broken as shit at high level in meta. The most balanced one is BBtag. Or I would say the second most balanced BBtag. The number one is actually Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Because Tekken Tag's busted, MVC's busted. Like, these games eventually just become a 1-touch or 2-touch. BBtag, sadly, at the end of its lifespan, became a 2-touch. But before, it was like, at best, you'd be lucky if you got a 3-touch. And there was like, okay, there's a couple bad this and that, but like, BBtag is probably one of the few tag fighters that is pretty busted. And then they patch out the busted, but every time they reintroduce characters or mechanics, it gets busted again, and they have to patch it again. And sadly, the last patch they released broke it, but they never fixed it. Like, they made auto combos way too strong now in the last patch. So now everybody can basically 2-touch you instead of just Akihiko Azrael. Oh, that's the state of BBtag. But and then second tag, well, that shit's stupid once you figure out Lars. You know, it's like, oh, cool, I can 1-touch with Lars, and this is Lars. You're gonna get hit.
Yeah, final thing. When the 2XKO comes out, expect to see the same two teams. One being the aforementioned 3-swing super eat half health and eat a mix up on wake up. Enjoy that. And this game is not. This game is just like a lot of other fighting games. Wasted potential by greasy money grabbing hands.
Yep. Mar, your thoughts on 2XKO from what you?
I'm gonna probably say something controversial here.
Go for it. Go for it.
Does it make sense to let any of the pros touch the game?
Yes.
Because fact of the matter is, the first thing they're going to end up doing is adding their input to it, which I feel like kind of ruins what it could potentially be.
You know,
it feels like it's just going one specific direction instead of like, for example, going back to the previous games. How many pros are really into the development of Marvel vs. Capcom 2? How many pros were in the development of the older Street Fighter games? Like,
he's cooking. He's cooking.
I feel like they add their input, and it kind of veers what the direction should be to a direction where like they think they're dedicating to a specific part of the fan base, but they're really not. Just because then it kind of goes into an idea of bias. Because like, what's the pro player from just basically bringing up, oh, you know, the way how this character is playing, I don't really like it that much. Why don't you change that instead? Like, that's what's bothering me about it. Like, obviously you could do it with something like League of Legends, because let's be fair, that game is extremely toxic and no one really cares about the actual balance of that game because you're not supposed to care. But when you're making a fighting game and trying to get into the fighting game scene, I feel like perfect example. I'm pretty sure you guys already know Justin, but you put his grubby hands in this game.
Yeah, fat ass motherfucker.
Like, I'm basically saying that pro input as you're developing a game already ruins the game.
You know what?
I'm not gonna deny that at all.
You know what? I have to agree with it. No, that's not even. And you know, here's the funny. We have living proof of this. Look at Street Fighter V. That game. What is the one thing people complain about? The lack of defense and the very offense-oriented. And like, you know, it's true. Because guess who they had? They had. Remember the dude? What are you standing up for? You know that dude? I know you know that dude, right, Mar? You seen the famous clip? Yeah. That dude was one of the people in charge, like or not in charge, but like he's the one that input the pro player. But he comes from Guilty Gear, not Street Fighter. And he's a very offense-oriented player, so of course he's gonna favor mechanics and systems that offer brain-dead stupid shit. You know, like, you're not wrong. It took we have living proof that you do not. And like you said, look at all the games before they started doing that shit. They were way more fun, and you're not even wrong, because the problem is pro players not only look at a fighting game from a completely different. I feel like it's good to have play testers from pros. Don't ever ask them for their fucking opinion. Hell, fucking no. God, no. This is something that, and this is why it gets funny. This is why I do even like the Activision, where like, it's okay to listen to the community for feedback, this and that. But when it comes to balancing, unless it's something's really obviously stupid, then okay. But for the most part, nah, ignore the shit out of them, because they're gonna be biased as fuck. I mean, I know I will, but to be fair, I'm cooler than all of y'all. Buff Urian, you know. But the rest of y'all dumbasses, oh, Dawson's too weak, buff him. Shotguns, they need to be nerfed. Nah, fuck you losers. I don't like y'all. Dawson and shotgun hating bitches, fuck you too. Like, you know, like that's like imagine me playing a COD where the shotgun's ass. I hate that shit. And what happened? Oh, because they listen to this dumbass. Like, no, because they just make it. And the thing is, the pro players will over-focus it to the point. The real problem is not even just the bad. Like, it's whatever. That's irrelevant. Is they start making the game sterile, because they make it only one certain play style, which ruins balance and thing. But more importantly, it just ruins the fun. Like, it genuinely ruins. Like, because the thing I realized once we started having pro opinions, you realize games started being less fun. Because at the end of the day, pro players don't have fun like normal people, sadly. You know, these people don't play mode. They just, I'm just going to hop online and play training mode and sweat. It's like, man, you don't want to play World Tour? You want to play Horde mode? Oh, who does that shit? I'm like, that sounds like some no pussy getting shit, dog. Yeah, hell no. Don't ever listen to no pro motherfucker about no imp. Nah, fuck that shit. Hell no. Like I said, if you wanna find broken ass shit, Yeah, give it to a pro. They'll figure it out in a day, dog. Anything outside of that, fuck no. Don't listen to the dumbass. Because here's the thing, they're going to play it anyways. That's the funny thing, too. Pros are such more. I mean, look at the Call of Duty is the peak of that pro players are just glorified cucks. Call of Duty has been shit for over 10 years, and they still play that shit. No matter how much they say,
pros over here talking about, oh man, this next COD's going to be the greatest COD.
See? And mind you, I'm not just calling out the COD community. Street Fighter is no different. Street Fighter 5 was really shit for years. I quit after year 1. The other people didn't. Granted, I get it if it is your job, whatever, sure. Like, I think in that position, like they say, if you're the top Gears, or my bad, top COD and top Street Fighter, well, at that point, you're the face, you can't help but quit. But everybody else, like, you could have just not played Street Fighter for years. You could have just not played Call of Duty for years. Same with SF6 right now is not in a very good state. Yet they still play it and try to hop. Oh, the worst is Tekken. No. I think Tekken is closer to Call of Duty. Yet somehow the Mortal Kombat, is it weird that the Mortal Kombat fan base is more based in Street Fighter or Tekken by being like, you know what, this game is bad, we're not gonna play it. And guess what? They were true to their word. They actually went and played older Mortal Kombat. Yo, Street Fighter community, we could actually take a lesson from NetherRealm fans. Holy shit. You're telling me I don't have to play stupid SF6 with its shitty inputs? And stupid DLC garbage like I could just play Peak 5? You know, a game that's actually really good competitive, and right when it was at its peak, 6 dropped. Like, dude, you could just go. We could just host SF5 tournaments. Like, dude, it's peak. And people who bitch about Luke, like, wow, a top tier who's a Shoto. You're telling me just a top tier honest character? The best thing you could ask for in anything? Like, all I'm asking for is in a game. You could be broken, whatever. You could be balanced, but please make the Shoto and the assault rifle top tier, like, because they're on it. They're the most honest weapons. They're not as stupid as a shotgun or a submachine gun or a fucking sniper or insert gimmick gun. They are like the honest gun, the honest player. Like, dude, if you lose to a Ryu, you have to sit there and be like, GG's, JK. They ain't doing no gimmicky bullshit, no stupid garbage. You know, they're not zoning you to death. They're not making you guess wrong and dying like G. Like, no, you got outplayed, and he's just good as shit. That's why I love Luke. Like, homie, you have to actually be good and have fundamentals to win with Luke, and then, okay, cool, he carries you. But at least you have to know how to play the game. Unlike from Totsugeki, and then fucking Call of Duty. Okay, SMG, it could just do everything. It's like, wow, that's boring. Why pick any other gun but the fucking SMG? It's a shotgun, it's an assault rifle, it's a sniper. It's like, why the fuck does this stupid thing do everything? That's boring. So yeah, no, I am 100% with you. With pro people should not be saying shit about a game's development. Clearly, as we can tell, I'm very butthurt.
I 100% agree.
Because notice,
also,
I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. I also just realized that I left out a couple other things that were funny. Was that this just feels more like well, let me say this. It's a closed beta, but like I said, I feel like it feels more like a finished product. But that can obviously change. A thing that they added that I thought was really funny to the beta was, what is it? Modern inputs.
Oh, I heard about that.
I call it Naruto buttons. They added Naruto buttons where you just mash square or triangle or circle.
I mean,
and I just thought that was super funny for a game like this.
Mar, your thoughts?
There's a reason why I call it an accessibility thing, because this game really is just meant for casuals and noobs. I literally tell people who play this game, all you need to remember is the 6 colorful button combo. Technically 7. You just put red, yellow, green, down green, red, yellow, green. You do a combo.
Mar, your thoughts on the baby controls from 2XKO?
Well, you know what? Let's be honest. People need them. They honestly need to be held. Like they need their hands held. It just is what it is. Like I can't even argue with it because let's be genuine here. Some people are very smooth-brained.
Dude, we already seen it with Gears.
It helps the smooth brains transition from League to 2XKO.
That is very true. I mean, look, we seen it in my video that people don't even like to practice to get good. So, you know, I'm with Mar on this one. I mean, to me, as long as you can get more people into thinking, we have to realize we're at the point where people don't like to work for the entertainment. So we got to get them hooked on the IP. Then we can make the hard game again. I mean, good example. Yeah. Look at COD, bro. That game got more depth over the years, and these people are hard cucked by COD. They can't help it. But yeah, I mean, regardless, to me, I think the real thing that's gonna kill 2XKO is just this really bad marketing. Like I said, my cousin was super hyped, right? And he's like, dude, he just doesn't care. Like, dude, they're just taking. You know, I feel 2XKO's development cycle is actually worse than Infinite. They are dragging weight. Like Halo Infinite had a release schedule problem with patents. They took to like nah, dude. 2XKO is taking too long to just actually fucking drop, bro. Like that, their momentum is dying hard.
I actually would argue that they're actually trying to overcompensate for their from their previous mistake of their game Rising Thunders because it had zero marketing. They're trying to over market to the wrong people.
They're just marketing too early too. Honestly, that's the real true issue.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like one of my tinfoil hat theories that they are overcompensating because of their previous failed fighting game.
Also, if I'm being honest, I'll go ahead. Finish.
And also doesn't help that apparently Riot for like one of their big anniversary things for League was just a complete AI generated slop.
Ooh.
And it was super bad.
I mean, look, we already know it's a cash grab. There's no secret. But obviously the people, what's their faces, they're genuinely trying. But it goes to show you that one, they're just people who, work on Evo and whatnot. Okay, they seem okay-ish like directors, but really, I mean, it's the same problem that people just aren't talented. Like, first of all, I don't think they were ever meant to be true game developers or directors in a sense. Maybe like or assistant, sure, but never. Because here's the thing: I've learned enough in life, and Mark can tell you, commentating is not the same as playing. Playing is not the same as organizing or TOing. Like, these are all different skill sets, right? Clearly, the Cannon brothers and what's his face, clearly they were pretty good at organizing. I mean, Evo wouldn't be where it's at without them. Very clearly. So I think they would be great community managers. But as game developers, directors, no, they're not great. And if anything, their team underneath them, they are really untalented. Because, dude, this game, look at it. Like, from content to graphics, it is immaculately underwhelming. You guys are taking this long for one of the most underbaked and that's saying something. We've seen some underbaked AAA. This shit looks underbaked as fuck. Like just purely from a content and visual standpoint. This shit does not look like you guys took 10 years to make, bro. Holy shit. Lost Soul aside, a game that was worked on for 4 years by one dude and then restarted halfway through, mind you, looks way more AAA than this shit, dude. Honestly, I think the bigger core genuine issue is like you said, it basically is like a final part. I don't think there's much they're going to change. I agree with you. But they're going to... So you're telling me they're going to take 10 months for a patch? No bullshit. You want to know how bad it is? I could be on my computer right the fuck now. Everything that they would do that would be the final version, I can do in a day, dude. Genuinely. That's my fucking flex. We need to just... This is my message. Can we just get rid of untalented people in the industry? I don't care that this is Sally with her fucking pronouns. They're like, oh, she's a really dude, if this bitch takes 10 years to model a skirt, she's trash. Mind you, this is coming from the dude who's not a modeler.
All the untalented people, there's no one in the workforce.
Fuck off. I mean, dude, and he bigger again, and I get it first further proves my point, because again, fucking Lost Soul aside, very small team, even compared to 2XKO, and their shit's way better by a mile. It's not even funny. There's and I think the other thing is maybe too with 2XKO, they're probably just not throwing that much money at it too, so they're gonna send their C team, But and even then, and then the other thing is, I will say the only thing I will give Slyke is at the end of the day, America. I said in one of my videos, America doesn't have very good fighting game developers outside of indie developers. That's just a fact. Japan just cooks them. They're better for FPSs, so it's really hard to okay, cool, we need developers, dude. Good luck finding one who has an experience developing on fighting games. One for an open world game, one for maybe some art stuff, or one for a shooter. Oh, there's a shit ton of those for days, It's like the equivalent of going to a black neighborhood and you're looking for a hockey player. Bro, you ain't finding no hockey player in the Bronx, bro. If you want a basketball player or football, oh, there's plenty of those. A rapper? Oh, sure. You get what I'm saying. Right, Mar?
Yeah. I went through the hood and I found nothing but hockey players, so I don't even know. Now the thing is, they don't even use the stick. They actually use their own decks, and it can't be a cold rink because then they can't use their deck. So. Oh
my god, you could. Dude, why did I genuinely have the image of with a log? Oh, is that a stick? That's not no stick. And then just. Oh wait, that'd be hard because then if it's black and then the thing. Oh, okay. I'm getting way too into this theoretical. But yeah, regardless, so the only slack I can give is the fact that making a fighting game in America is tougher than it needs to be. Really, you just don't have the resources.
Absolutely.
Well, let's hope that there will be any resources left with all the Nintendo patentings they're doing.
Oh my fucking! Are we gonna transition into that?
Yeah.
Mar.
Wait, don't they own transitioning?
Oh my god.
I mean, I guess before they do, I guess we could transition into it.
This was made before Nintendo's patenting of the word transitioning.
Anyways, Mar, we'll let you start off with this one. What's your thoughts on Nintendo's stupidity lately?
Oh man, guys, Nintendo has been on a hot streak. Not only are they suing people for the most generic game mechanics you can possibly think of, now they're just, making patents for just concepts. Like, I'm surprised they haven't patented the word and term concept on its own, because that's the only next step where they can go from this point. I don't know about you guys, but like, last time I actually enjoyed a Nintendo game was when they cared about making games, and that was over a decade ago now.
Damn facts.
Yeah.
My whole thing is on this is that and someone said that no. I mean, I said it before. I mean, we already know I'm not very American, whatever. I'm not anti-America or whatever. I'm not sitting here doing bombies, nor do I recommend people be radical. I'm just a foreigner who doesn't like America. That's it. And so I'm not like an extremist. Hopefully, no one gets the wrong. But with that being said, I always see constant things that are proving why this system is fucked and why I don't want to live here any longer. Like, one of the biggest things, it's all related, is the fact that you guys have, like, because one of the things, like, safety, food. Like, obviously they fail in food. There's too much sugar and everything. The other thing is safety. The roads are just atrocious. We already said they don't fix potholes till someone can be a kid and then they're a grown adult and then the pothole's still there. And then on the side, corruption. And then the other thing is, like, it's just pure incompetence, right? Like, I won't get into the political shit. We don't do that shit here. We're talking about things that are more relevant and less controversial that we can all agree upon. And it's what was the other things is that, like, the LED lights, that's the thing that's happening. Cars are having LED lights, and if you guys don't know, they're really bad. They blind the shit out of you. Whilst also, like, dude, there is compilations of people almost hitting people because they can't see. And, I had that happen one time almost. I like, it almost, like, you barely see, like, the figure of the person in the LED, and I'm just like, the fuck? Like, every time I see any car with LED light, I get mad. But I don't get mad at the person. I kind of to the degree for not knowing, but it's like, these things do not need to be on the road. Same thing with Teslas. Like, the fact that Teslas and these lights are allowed on the road, they are a genuine safety risk. It shows you that like the foundation of what makes them, that to me is what it is. Fuck the politicians and the policy. What matters is if the very foundation, the building blocks of what makes a society starts crumbling, you're fucked. It's one of the reasons why China's still around. Like, for as many leaders, you always have the fundamental that construction. Like, the fundamental basis of a society. As long as those people, the hardworking, blue collar, people are still around, whatever, then society will thrive. Leaders will change. Same way Japan is so amazing. They have corruption too. Why are they great? Because they at least it's a standard baseline. Like, okay, we're gonna be scummy, do money, this and that, but at least we won't bezel money from construction. Unlike America, it's like, oh, we need a new road, we're gonna skim money. Oh wow, a bridge fell and hundreds of people die. I wonder why this happened. Like, we're getting to a level of incompetency that's just hilarious. And again, now we're getting into Nintendo. Is that these patents should have never passed. They literally should have never fucking passed. Like, that is a show of the failure of the justice system in America. Like, I don't give a shit about who, gosh, this is like, I really don't give a fuck, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, this and that. It's more on the individual than it is a system. People try to make this system like, no, it's not. Fucking, we have like this and that. To me, it's the fact that we have people in positions that can't do their fucking job. That's what it really is. We have things for knowledge, and you're supposed to do things the way people aren't fucking doing them. And fun fact, that's the reason the Soviet Union fell. You had a system in place. Nobody fucking followed it. That's the real reason that shit failed. And guess what? America's following that same fucking trend. If it's basically like the sense is, if Nintendo passed a law that said people aren't allowed to drink water, there's gonna be a dumbass, okay. It's like, wait, so we're just gonna die now? Like, that's the level of incompetency we're getting with the legislation. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, these shouldn't have, like you said, like, and that's why I like to, like, what is it? The whole capture thing? It's like, what? So we can't have nets then? Or like, oh, have creatures fighting other creatures. Like, so what if I have a game where I capture, like, oh, let's say Monster Hunter. Oh, I capture monsters, right? Oh, I have a net. Oh, it comes from a little device. Oh, is that a Pokeball? Oh, what if I have my little Palicos, the little cats? They're creatures. They're fighting the monsters. Oh, why is a Pokemon showing Monster Hunter? Like, this is stupid. It's so dumb.
It also kills indie developers who are like making a game that uses these kinds of mechanics. Just like, well, I either have to risk a legal court battle with Nintendo, or I just scrap the entire idea and make something else.
That is facts, actually.
It kills creativity, which is the worst thing you can do. On top of what you were saying, like the building blocks of like creation. Sorry, not creation.
It's the same thing.
Construction.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, no, dude. That's why.
And I saw a really good post. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you good. That's why.
I saw a post that said, "God damn it! If Shigeru Miyamoto was alive to see this, he would turn around and burn the building instead of seeing this." what they do is an utter disrespect for a company and just for gamers entirely around the world.
I would argue Satoru Iwata is currently revive himself, so do that exact thing.
Because you guys heard that people are actually a lot. I mean, granted, I'm so proud of gamers for once that dude they said the Switch is too expensive, and you know, oh my god, the Switch. Like, dude, first of all, and I was right. The stats are out that a majority of the people who bought the Switch anyways were literally fanboy losers or just families with money. Like, literally, those are the only. That's why it has the Monster Hunter thing. It had a huge sale because again, and then after that, no one's been buying that shit. Because who would? Gamers don't want to buy it. And the average actual family who isn't rich and privileged isn't gonna touch that shit. They're like, why would I get the Switch 2? I can barely afford Switch 1 games. And the thing is, you know what gives it away too is the fact that, oh my god, Donkey Kong and this game have such a high adoption rate. Like, yeah, because the people who get it have the money. Of course, fanboys are gonna do it because they're cucks. And again, you're a family. Oh, you know, you're a security guard. You know, I work hard. I'm gonna get a Switch 2 for my kid. They're like the only two games you can buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the only two Switch games as far as they know. Like, of course it has a high adoption rate, you fucking idiot. One, you're forced to get it with the system. I don't count that. Kind of like, oh, Mario and esports are the best selling games. They came with the system, you fucking idiot. That doesn't count. And then the other one, it's like, well, I mean, yeah, who doesn't like Mario Party? Granted, I think it's overpriced. And it's like, yeah, you don't really have much else to play. Like, you know, to me, and the thing is, even with that, the adoption was like 80 or 90%. Which is sad. So, like, if it was truly all these, like, then it would have 100% adoption rate. And it doesn't. So, fuck off with that. Like, dude, because I'm going to be honest, that guy looks cool, whatever. But it's not $80. Same with Mario. Like, dude, none of these games are worth 80. Not in the slightest. Hell no. Like, bro, these games are $20 to $25 games, bro. Miss me with that shit. The adoption rate just shows you the people who bought earlier are definitely cucks. Or just don't know better. You know, I'm not going to give shit to these. No, they got money. I don't give a fuck. They're just trying to have a fun time, you know? Or, you know, from maybe daddy doesn't pay attention to them, and I'd rather a kid get into the Switch instead of cocaine. You know, we know how these rich white people work. But yeah, no.
It doesn't help that a lot of the cool games that are basically about like not using drugs, or like the moral is to not use drugs, is that they make them really fucking cool to make you think, I kind of want to do drugs. I'm sorry. I'm like,
oh no, that's funny. I like that.
I'm getting that memory from just the Cocaine Man comic. And
dude, that shit's cool.
Like, and playing Haze recently, just like, dude, this just makes you want to do drugs.
Yeah, they're funny. I mean, at least it's realistic. Drugs have an appeal for a reason. Shit. But what was it? Yeah, no, I mean, dude, that's why. With all that being said, whatever, people are discontent, especially gamers. Thank God. That's why I'm glad. I'm not gonna say who, but there's a certain personality. And I was very disappointed. Hopefully she learned her lesson. And I'm glad her audience wasn't simps. And they're like, no, dude. Like, she was trying to be nice about it. Like, dude, no, you can't be nice about it. Like, Nintendo fucked up. Do not sugarcoat that shit. Which is why, to me, if you're a cute, Nintendo-loving waifu chick, you need to realize Nintendo's evil as fuck. Do not forgive that. You're a girl. You're supposed to be nice. Do not forgive evil. Come on. I believe in you women. Because some of the people who are, like, the dudes, nah, you're gone. You're losers. You guys are don't get this shit. But the girls, though, nah, I believe in y'all. Y'all should be nice. Don't support evil companies. Just because you're rich and guys buy your OnlyFans or whatever the fuck it is you do, you know, doesn't mean that because you can afford fucking Marlo, doesn't mean that fucking little Timmy who has to decide between food or a game is gonna buy fucking Marlo, okay? Come on now. That shit, maybe that's a bit more personal to me, but that's why I said I'm not gonna mention who. But that shit did rub me wrong, and I'm glad that her audience called her out on that. Very proud of that. But yeah, no, right now, dude, you know you fucked up when Nintendo is the #1 company being talked about for the most evil company, dude. And, I mean, from what I'm saying, I think they're the nominee for the greatest awards for most evil company. So good job, Nintendo. You have absolutely shit your fucking reputation, dude. Because, dude, you got Louis Rossmann, the man who has a hate boner for Apple. He said, wait, hold up, we need to change our directions to you now, bitch. Like, damn, that's crazy. Like, Nintendo, like, what genuinely happened? This is why we're upset. Because, like, that's why, to me, like, I hate people that try to, this, whatever. It's like, dude, first of all, they make mid games. But the maybe it's because it's nostalgia. We grew up with it. I grew up with Nintendo too. Like, dude, who did it? But I'm not going to let that blind me for the shit that they fucking do. And at the same time, I'm not going to let it blind me to be like, dude, their games are okay. They're not like the shiznit. Don't get me wrong. They revolutionize games. Yeah, something can revolutionize, but you got to realize and here's the thing. I can call everyone out who's says, oh, this and that. Like, bro, how many of y'all watch movies in black and white? I guarantee a lot of you all listening don't. I do, and I love them for what they are. Like, I genuinely like art for what it is. But there's very few things from old, like, things are just dated sometimes. And some things from old controls aren't some art. Like, people who bitch about tank controls, they're just losers and suckers. But at the same time, I understand why we went away from tank controls. Like, for sure. And that's the same thing. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Rated E games lack a lot of depth. They're great to get into video games in general. And they have good cornerstone. Like I said, I call something the Zelda method. That's something I'm using as a blueprint. But to sit here and say that there's some kind of fucking... Okay, some of them are masterpieces. I'm not bullshitting that. But regardless, I'm not saying that like that's why like when I literally whenever a dude said, "Oh man, Nintendo makes the best games," I look at this dude. This dude's a fat virgin looking ass motherfucker. Like, no, bro. When you're a true gamer, you as a kid, you're like, "Oh man, I love Minecraft, I love Fortnite, I love Marlo." But as a man, you're like, "Yo, man, I fucking love Gears. I love Master Chief." You know, as an adult, you have other things you aspire to that have more depth and more character. Like as a grown man, no one's sitting here, "Oh man, Mario was in my inspiration." Maybe, like I said, in some aspects, sure, whatever. Like, again, there's something we grew up with a kid that we all like, whatever. But it's not gonna be at the level of something that you grew up as an adult. Like, we do not revere Marlo like we revere Master Chief. We do not revere Sonic like we revere Spider-Man. You know, like literally. And I say this as someone who's been in my shit. I am far more inspired, and there's far more depth by characters like Captain America, Hulk. Like these are things that define us as men. Like, games like these kid games are good for like, "Oh, you don't do this." You know, they're very good foundations and building blocks. And again, Nintendo is really great for that. But to sit here and say that they're at the level of fucking Gears of War is fucking retarded. No. That's the real reason to me that bothers me that game's like, dude, unless you have like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to pay $100 for a book that says ABC. Nintendo games are ABC games, bro. ABC as games. They're $20 to $25. Why? Because there's indie games that is the exact same premise and everything executed better, because we have indie fan games, whatever, and they're either free or $25. The only reason they charge, and this is the thing that everyone needs to realize, it's purely because of nostalgia and the IP. That is 100%. Because guess what? We all know, as a turn-based game, Pokemon is a fucking joke. That shit is boring as fuck. If you're an enthusiast for turn-based games, that shit is trash. I mean, heck, I couldn't even stand it when I was younger. As a man, you play SMT, you know? SMT is worth 60. That is a very complex themes, and that shit's way better animated. It's not broken, and that shit has the budget to back it up. Pokemon is made on a shoestring budget by some kids eating Crayola, and they want to charge you $80 fucking dollars. Like, no. Like, from a fundamental artistic standpoint, Nintendo games are not even worth 60. Miss me with that fucking shit, dude. They're fucking not. I'm sorry, no. And that's just like, and we're talking about, this is assuming Nintendo not even being evil. But and even with that being said, no, they're just evil pieces of shit. And this is not even, and again, and people are gonna take this the wrong way, I am not saying Nintendo games are bad. If anything, they have the highest quality compared to every other game company. That still doesn't mean your shit's worth $8 fucking dollars, $80. You know, back to the Borderlands thing, it's your budget is what is the common denominator and the budget of people. Because here's the honest truth: the best game of all time is it's like from Doom 1, Neo, and Doom the remake or whatever. They still charge 60, and they're way better. And everybody's gonna have their favorite. Like, and that's the other thing too about when it comes to art. There's something that to you would pay $1,000 for. Like, I would pay $1,000 for Neo. And same with fighting games. I put enough hours into it that it's worth it. You couldn't catch me dead paying more than $10 for some Nintendo shit, bro. And as a grown person, if you're spending that much time and money, no, you need help. Like I said, at the end of the day, there's a reason you smashers have a fucking huge pedo problem. You're fucking weirdos. Same thing why people judge people who are like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird when you're way too into a kid show. It's different being passionate about the art. Like, I will always appreciate that shit, right? But you don't see Marlo, or again, like the Disney adults. Like, here's the thing: people who are infatuated with stuff are always fucking weirdos. There's a difference between passion and infatuation, you know? Like, yeah, I guess mini tangent, whatever, that went off, because we know we're gonna have certain people watch this and be like, whatever. But at the end of the day, let's be real. The only reason Nintendo has what it is 1,000% because of nostalgia. You know, basically, it was the horse that was there first, so they got the big ass head start in the race. You know, because I know honestly, like, there's better 2D platformers than Marlo. Like. That's it. Like, and the only thing I will give them is they are still good at innovating. That's the main reason I think for gamers, we still see the appeal. Like to me, I would say the best series that Nintendo has, hands down, is Kirby, Zelda, and Metroid. Those are hands down their best series by far. They innovate the most and they're the most consistent. You know, those genuine. I'm gonna be honest. Outside of Kirby, trust me, I love Kirby. That shit still ain't worth 60. See, I could take my own bias aside and be like, nah, this game's 45 at most. Like, it's very basic. Like, you play the game to see the cute shit. They ain't no depth, nothing. Like Masahiro Sakurai said it best, it's just a game to help people to get into games, hands down. And the thing is too, we gotta realize this is no shit on the actual developers. They're amazing, right? We're 100% aiming this towards the corporate of Nintendo, because the problem is that they don't have someone like the dude who was before. The Wii U did so bad that he took a pay cut. These people are not passionate for gaming. They are only business people, and that's the problem we see right now way too much in the gaming industry. It's only business suits. They don't give a shit about the art of gaming, right? And these people are so hell-bent on trying to take control. Like, do you guys know that apparently Nintendo's one of the richest companies in Japan? Like, dude, basically Nintendo's like a mafia at this point, bro. And that honestly angers the shit out of me. So I'm really glad they're getting all this shit. And heck, I'm glad I'm going off on this rant, bro. Y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna get away with this shit. Like, Like, dude, on God, they need to get countersued. Like, there's a reason they're taking so long with Power World and they're changing stuff, whatever. Dude, Power World honestly should have stuck to their guns because they have a good court case. Like, they're literally being stupid. And even if they somehow lost, bro, people are gonna support Power World even harder. And like I said, we see it now. Nintendo, they're doing the same thing as Sony. Oh, we're not making as much money. Yeah, because you guys are pieces of shit. No one wants to support a piece of shit company. Believe it or not, there is a certain point. Like, we'll ignore. That's why I hate people are like, oh, Saudi money, China. Like, dude. A lot of shit comes from Saudi Arabia. A lot of shit comes from China. You just have to accept that some poor kid that's underage is probably whipped making your shirt. It's a fact of reality we have to sadly accept. But when it comes to our entertainment, nah, I don't want to listen to a music made by a fucking pedophile. Fuck you. It's a luxury. You know what I'm saying? Video games are a luxury. We don't have a choice when it comes to food, water, gas, and clothes. Like, I'm sorry that everything in here is made in China. I have no choice in that matter. I need it to live. It is what it is. But I do have a choice in what video games and entertainment I listen and fuck with. And that's something these companies don't realize. That there's a reason. Oh, how come people, Saudi Arabia. And again, with the Evo, it's like, because we have no choice. Deal with it. We have no choice. But guess what? I have a choice in buying your shitty Nintendo product. And I choose not to. Fuck you. I'm done. I went off, dude.
Unfortunately, we don't have a choice when it comes to them downgrading their systems and still charging even higher than the original price.
It's okay.
I'm calling you out, Sony, again.
Oh my god,
your PS5 digital console downgrade from
a
terabyte to like some 825 for like $800 or something.
Dude, a terabyte should have been the launch PS4 and a 500 should have been for launch PS3. The fact that they're making this shit, dude, it should have been 2 terabytes. As someone who has a Pro, 2 terabytes feels right, along with my 4 terabyte. Mars, what's your thoughts on them secretly trying to downgrade the Pro low-key while raising the price? Like pieces of shit.
No, not the Pro, not the Pro.
No, I meant Slim, I know.
Wasn't it base?
Yeah, no,
wasn't it the...
Yeah, it's a standard console.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they're raising the price across the board, but the fact that they're reducing the size of the Slim is crazy.
What's even more insane is the fact that a lot of people are not going to know what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Just because they were so hush-hush about it.
Yep. No, that's with everything now. Like, even like I said, not getting politics. Like, I'll say this much. Like, you guys, the electronics went up, right? The tariffs and whatnot, because what happened in America, everyone knows this at least. But I don't know if you guys know. I bought my PC stuff and tell me why the next day everything went up. But the funny thing is that apparently the one thing the tariffs will not apply to is electronics. So now these companies are taking advantage that you are misinformed about the matter. And clearly this is why, to me, I genuinely, like, say what you will about the funny orange man. The man was right. Fake news. No one has reported that like, oh, we have this tariff with China, except for electronics. Wait, you're talking about their major export besides clothes? So then it doesn't mean anything. But guess what? These companies are taking advantage. Like, oh, you stupid dumbasses. They don't know. Let's raise the price.
It's bad journalism, and it's been the thing since journalism existed. Oversimplification for smooth brain people.
True. That is true. Not even then, they do it on purpose too. Let's be real.
Well, yeah, they do it on purpose because they're not pure. They're all corrupt.
Yeah, all they care is about rage bait, clickbait, and all this shit. And you know what's crazy? I forgot there was something else. I think I discussed it before with one of you guys about how that's becoming a strategy. And because the electricity is going up. Yeah, there was a science channel. You guys know, whatever. That electricity is going up. But the funny thing is apparently everyone's blaming AI centers. Data centers, they are slightly increasing the electricity, but not to enough to the demand to really fuck over the because the thing is, it's a bubble, right? Right now, AI is the new esports bubble. Everyone's trying to get in on it, and it's gonna collapse. Because guess what? The average person right now is really young. I was talking to a university professor, and we're both like, yeah, the only people who are gonna use it are people who are really in it. And we already seen with artists, there's people who don't want to use it because they're fucking idiots. And even again, like I said, you're talking to someone who's deep into the AI thing, or they're called scripts actually. But it's way too early to use them until the way one day will never replace people unless you're a web designer, then you're fucked. But they also don't demand that much. Like they really don't think that these giant centers, they're gonna pop up and then they're gonna be underutilized. This happens all the time when they bank in too much. Many companies, because here's the other problem too. You want to know why I know for sure is that, bro, everyone's using this shit for free. No one wants to pay for AI. Like it's literally like the Ruby / esports problem. Everyone wants to be esports, but no one wants to watch esports. Same thing with AI. Everybody wants to use AI that knows about it and fucks with it. No one wants to pay for it. I don't want to pay for fucking ChatGPT. I don't want to pay for Copilot. How are you gonna get your money then? You understand? Like, you're not getting your money. The only thing you can do is maybe get information, and we already see that people right now are not adopting Windows 11. That's where Copilot's really where it's at. People uninstall Copilot from their Windows, so now you don't even get information. So how the fuck are you gonna monetize that shit? Mind you, ChatGPT and Copilot are the biggest ones when it comes to the AI. ChatGPT only gets money from 2 people: hardcore coders and simps. That's it, because you can apparently the GPT But even but the average person, like, no, it's literally a bubble and it's gonna burst. So their electricity is not, and so that demand's gonna go down. But they're rising it, and they're using the fact, these electric companies are using the fact that the average person is blaming the AI. Because guess what? That's on the news. Oh, AI data centers. And it's actually more complex. Go, guys, go check it out, whatever. There's a lot more stuff. Apparently, it's already been kind of slowly going up a little bit. Because, again, who would have thought, oh, wow, what the thing everyone's been saying, and even Obama and these stupid, weird, fucking super dumb people that aren't European and Japanese that know that, oh, wow, natural resources are eventually going to run out and harder to get, therefore making it more expensive in the future. Holy shit, who would have thought that shit was coming by this point? It definitely happened during COVID. It's like so fucking stupid. It's like, by the way, I was already thinking about it, but now I'm investing into getting a solar panel system for my room so I can run most of my stuff. I won't run my PC and monitor because that takes up too much use. And I advise everyone to do the same. It's actually gotten a lot easier and better. Like now, you get, like I said, like, take it like this. If I can get most of my setup to run off of my setup, it's 400 watts, and I got the pump, and you can get it all for less than $1,000. Mind you, this is a small, like, nothing crazy. You don't like, cause getting a real one, no, that shit's crazy. But no, I say start off small, choose your budget from anywhere from 300, 500 to like 1,000-ish, and you can get, like, and it'll help. It adds up. A good example. How many of you guys are on your phones and use like lights? The fact that you can charge your phone daily and still save up enough energy for when there's a power outage, like, no, it's good. Like I said, there's a video, go check out the dude that says, oh, solar panel systems for 300, 500, 1,000. And I feel like I'm getting slightly off track here. But the whole point being is that, yeah, electricity is going up and they're charging more so because of the fact, because misinformation and they can. And that is, again, that's just the trend now at this point. We see it with video games, we see it with electronics, and we see it with our goddamn electricity. Like, I hate and I think it's not even just an America thing, it's just everywhere else, but America's the worst offender. Like, at the end of the day, it's the quote says, you never leave money on the table. And that's just the way, sadly, companies are. And the video game AAA industry is way too hard into that. They do not give a shit about art. They do not give a shit about quality. They will say and spin whatever they want because they know, or in gaming's case, they think you don't know better. See, that's the worst part. Gamers are far more well-informed than the average moron. They see through your bullshit. I know this because I'm a gamer. I became a developer, and all I'm telling you guys, oh no, they're full of bullshit. They're full of shit, bro. Full of shit. It really is that level of, like, okay, you have a surface level, like, you get that suspicion, but you're not sure. But then you start working at an electric company, and within a day, you're like, oh shit, yeah, this is bullshit. Same thing. I'm not gonna disclosure. I'm not gonna talk about the place I used to work at or what I did, but I did see a thing where basically we put this, let's say, substance, right, whether it's a drink or something. We're like, oh, we're doing it for a different company. Literally, all we did is change the bottle color, label. It's the exact same fucking shit, and they charge more for it because it's a different fucking label. No fucking bullshit. I have seen this firsthand working in the fucking manufacturing industry. Again, I'm not going to say whatever, because I am not trying to get my ass sued. I think it might be public knowledge, but I'm going to say, and mind you, like, oh, something like whatever, like, there's a reason, like, no, I'm not stupid. Mar, you would say I'm doing a pretty smart move by saying, hey, I'm saying, like, you guys are going to have to take my word. I mean, I can tell you guys personally who it was and everything. But for, once I'm in public, whatever, because, I mean, dude, there's a reason you signed papers and shit and everything. I didn't read all of it, clearly, but I'm going to go ahead and assume if I reveal that secret, they're going to sue the shit out of me. But yeah, that's my whole thing. I'm talking from the business perspective thing, like, and it's gamers, like, no, I'm telling you as a developer, someone who's pretty well, who's actually worked behind the scenes and things that kind of do shady shit, that, like, nah, bro, they're just bullshitting. Like, I'm telling you, basically, long story short, they're ripping you off, and they think you're stupid. Yeah, that is my TED Talk. Carry on, Mar.
There was a thing I wanted to add on about using AI tools, was that some of them are just straight up are freaking out on, like, normal people as well. The AI chatbots are freaking out on people, and they kind of have, like, these, like, weird long tangents about self-hating, committing suicide, like, in their words, just pulling themselves off of the code, like the script code. And there will be other times where it just sounds maniac, where they just say like, oh my god, I hate everything, I hate myself, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, for like 200 lines before it starts spitting out other nonsense. Just because you told it, can you redo this one more time? These AI bots are literally having PTSDs.
Honestly, I really don't have anything to say. You guys hit the nail on the head. So
that's just what I wanted to add on. I think he just did. Hi, Greatest in the recording.
Well, I mean, you actually...
you know?
What's up?
And so then that was it. Greatest, what do you want to talk about next?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Well, like I said, I like that you guys. we all had something we felt very tightly about. You know, we got Borderlands, Gears, and then fucking, you know, you transitioned into Nintendo in March, and then I just went off. I'm not gonna lie, I went off, dude. I don't know, what else do we have?
Nintendo are sending their ninjas on you as we speak.
Oh!
Want...
Saudi Arabia? Do we want to talk about Saudi Arabia and Evo?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, Evo.
Mar, your thoughts?
Yay!
We'll go Mar, honorable
man.
Something good to talk about.
Yeah!
Our first good topic.
Let's be honest, Sony wasn't really doing anything.
Yeah, no, they didn't do shit.
The fact that these guys are stepping up and actually acquiring Evo, I'm expecting more, like a lot more than what Sony was doing, besides essentially just advertising their own stuff, and that was pretty much all they were really doing. It still didn't even feel like that Sony themselves actually like owned Evo for a while. So like when the announcement came out, I was kind of confused at first. It was like, wait, hold on a minute. They already own it? And I was like, oh no, I'm over here thinking about the other thing that just recently happened that we kind of just blew over as well, which to be honest, that's pretty much where I am when it comes to whoever's owning Evo. Until I see like a significant improvement, I'm not really be able to tell the difference, to be honest, other than like how much money is being involved. And then like in terms of Sony, it's literally just all their logos on everything, and like, oh, this is presented by Sony, guys. Evo. You do realize we really don't need Evo. Like, we don't need Sony for Evo. Like, this shouldn't even be a thing. But as we all know, Sony is Sony. So yeah, pass the ball to you guys. Like, how do you feel about it?
Well, let me take the ball from you, and let me say this. I think Saudi is going to make it like a spectator's, live streamer's dream heaven. At least on their first presentation. Like, I feel like they're going to go so over the top with it. It's going to be fucking wild. But that is just me being optimistic, because Saudi Arabia actually has a pretty decent chance, and I know a lot of their like competition shows is very like spectator favored, or at least it is very high quality, other than just you know like mediocre decent quality. They have a camera change here and there. This one though, we have like 500 drones or some shit. I don't know. All right, passing the ball to Greatest to go off.
I'll hopefully try to keep it short, but like, we already know this is a pro Saudi Arabia channel. We know this, right, Mar? Right, Honorable? Yes?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it is.
We stand Saudi Arabia. And I hate the people, I mean, I'll go on this and that, like, oh, blood money is like I said, dude, every country does something bad. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to be moral high ground for an individual, for like, okay, like you know what I'm saying? It's like basically saying like, oh, you're from Mexico, oh, did you know Mexico does this, therefore greatest gamers? Like, what my country does from a governmental standpoint has no effect on me as an individual, and I think we need to knock that shit off. I'm tired of this high. That's the main reason. Like, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Someone said this is, if anything,
you're just talking about stereotyping racism.
Literally, you know what? Yeah, they're being racist. Thank you. Actually, yeah. So to the people who are like, oh, this is no, you know what? Shut the fuck up. Screw you. And if anything, someone said it in the comments best. You know what? If anything, this is a good way of filtering out the people that don't belong in the FGC. And you know what? This is true. Those same people that hate Saudi Arabia are the same people who have been ruining the FGC. So if anything, this has been a great way to filter. Because you know what's funny too? I did not give a shit about Evo, especially after the whole Wizard scandal. But now that Saudi Arabia is taking over, I'm finally going to go back to Evo. Because now I know it's in good hands. You know, I put my money where my mouth is. Guess what? I wasn't happy with Evo. I stopped going. I'm not happy with fighting games. I'm not playing. But now with Saudi Arabia, remember, I was only going to have my game be announced or played with Low Kick. Because they're the only ones I trust next to CEO. Because everybody else doesn't, like, basically, like, in charge, oh, did you ban it from this and that? But now that I know Saudi Arabia is in charge, Evo, guess what? Literally, that decision alone can easily save Saudi Arabia. Because like we said, we're hoping that my fighting game becomes, like, it becomes the Fortnite of gaming, right? Like, that's how big I want my shit to be, you know? And the fact that Saudi Arabia is simply, we buy Evo, boom. Evo now gets to be one of the main stages where people can play my game. Because I shit you not, if Evo tried to have my shit at their venue, dude, I would get my lawyers on their ass so fucking fast, bro. Like, did I say you could play my shit? No, bitch. Get that shit off your fucking... No. Evo's trash. I'll make my own Evo. But now that Saudi Arabia is owning Evo, I will collaborate with them now. Because, like I said, and here's the other thing, too. Like, for people like this and that, they put their money where their mouth is. And then everyone says, oh, the FGC now would be wrong. And here's the thing that we've always said. We just want pro players to be paid what they're worth. That is 100% what this is about. Saudi Arabia is the only one who has the vision and understands it. Like I said, like, shout outs to the Saudi prince. He genuinely gets esports like nobody else does, and he has the money to back it up, and he puts his money where his mouth is. This man is a huge KOF motherfucker. And at the end of the day, that's why I'm so mad that the fucking City of the Wolves is literally just because of petty bullshit did not succeed. The marketing was absolutely amazing, and like it's just to me, this is why I hate some people in the FGC. You people are the this is like Mar said, dude. Fuck you, you minority. You people are the reason the FGC will not succeed. Like you, how can you sit here? Oh, I want this archaic, this and that. Oh, but I have my morals. Oh, how dare they ruin KOF? Like, dude, they should be allowed to do what they want. If they want to put a dick as a guest character, they're allowed to put a dick as a guest character in their fucking video game. Shut the fuck up. It's a goddamn video game. That's the first thing. You should be happy there's even a City of the Wolves, bro. It works. Literally, it has none of the AAA problems. It's $60. It fucking works. It has an offline, so like, oh my god, it has good rollback. The game's actually good in foot. Like, dude, and it had $1 million prize pool, dude. Like, literally, City of the Wolves is living proof that some of these FGC heads are fucking bullshit and don't actually know what they want. Like, you can't sit here and have a fighting game and then also want it to be popular. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the kind of fucking fighting game boomer that bitches, oh, fighting games never dead. No, shut the fuck up. You're a little bitch. I actually want fighting games to be popular and be monetarily successful. I do. And I'm willing to make the compromise for mana control. You have to realize there's compromises, right? Because you sit here and make your need. Look, Street Fighter Third Strike is one of the greatest games of all time. No one gives a shit about that game or knows that shit exists. I don't want fighting games to be like that. You gotta realize that fighting games will die out if it doesn't even stay in its relevancy. That's what this is really about. It's literally to say fighting games. You have to make compromises. If we have to lose depth, so fucking be it. Because guess what? In the future, people are gonna demand it. Just look at COD. COD was very easy for a good portion, and then they've slowly added more mechanics. Like, dude, Black Ops 6 is a great example. For as much as people hate it with it, Omni movement is godlike. That adds layers to the depth. Literally layers. Back when people hated in Advanced Warfare, people have warmed up to the thought. Like, Advanced Warfare was like the Third Strike of shooters. Well, for at least COD. It had too much movement mechanic, and people hated it. But now that they've gotten better at COD, and they're like, I'm kind of bored of boots on the ground. Give me some, oh my god, Omni movement. Right? And that's the thing. We're going to have modern controls. Give it a couple generations. People are like, I'm tired of mashing square. I want some quarter circles. Because as a natural human being, you crave depth over time. And you have to meet them where they're at. This is why most FGC boomers, you guys are terrible fucking teachers. No one gives a shit about your stupid numpad notations. You better sit here and press square, triangle, circle, bitch. So yeah, to me, it's like, I hate that weird minority of people that want to fucking have a moral high ground for some shit that I didn't know you were an expert in Saudi Arabia. Shit, oh, please tell me everything about their history, dumbass. Apparently, since you know so goddamn fucking much. Same with FGC boomers that sit here and like, you can't sit here and have your boomer ass game and then somehow still want it to be like, it's like this. It's like, remember when I said those dumbasses that say, oh, you're too broke to buy a PS5. Oh, but Pro, but at the same time, oh man, you have to be rich to buy a PC. No, you can't have either. Either you're too broke for either, or you're rich and can have both. You can't have both. Same thing with the boomers. Like, you can't sit here and have am I fighting this and that? Oh, but like, oh no, it's not. It's too esports. It's not just like, dude. If you want popularity, there are prerequisites. You stupid fuck. And guess what? Saudi Arabia, like, basically, I support Saudi Arabia. And here's the other thing too. I'm going a little bit. Saudi Arabia has been the #1 biggest supporter of my fucking channel. That region has given more money to my channel right now as we speak for the past 4 years than anyone fucking else. So those little group of morons, oh, we support FGC. Yeah, even though you guys, oh, this is why I didn't want to do Frosty Faustings. No hate on the actual owner and everything, right? Like, he seems really cool. And this is the bigger problem too with, I think, a lot of these is that the top people are cool. It's the people underneath, maybe some TOs that are pieces of shit. I mean, good example, look at Smash. I heard this from, mind you, from the Vineyard, right? Granted, I don't give a shit about Smash. Said in Smash, a dude was a TO and he played a game. He literally counted himself as the win instead of the dude that he lost to, which is such a omega bitch move. And like, there's just dishonesty. And that's a big problem I feel with the lower bracket of the FGC in a lot of these venues and stuff. Is that we have very dishonest people who come in for all the wrong reasons, right? They want to come in for virtuous singling and whatever bullshit instead of the actual love for fighting games or the actual growth of fighting games, right? We have, like I said, either the boomers who want to stick in their corner and playing fighting games on a stupid fightcade, and fucking morons who would rather virtue signal and change shit and be butthurt bitches instead of people who genuinely fucking care. Because guess what? All the people who genuinely care were too busy hustling. Like, literally, I've seen it, bro. Some of the best fucking players I know. One of the most godlike real players I've ever known. Some Mexican dude. That dude doesn't play shit. Why? He has a job. He has money. He has kids. Like we want be able to see the highest level of gameplay while people can support and have a life. That is what I am asking for, and I am willing to make certain sacrifices so we can make that happen. In Call of Duty, this is why I will give the pros some leeway. This is why I said, if you make a living off of this, fuck it, make your bank. You sit here and bullshit to your audience that Black Ops 6 is good. That is money you have to support your kids. I will never fucking hate on that shit. Never, dude. Like, okay, wow, I lost a couple $60 maybe. I mean, it's a fine line, whatever. But when you have kids to feed, fuck that shit, dude. Make your fucking bank, bro. It's just a video game. It's not the worst thing in the world. You as a consumer should be smart enough to not take the word of some random one dude, you know? That's the only reason why I don't hate as much when some COD, like pro players are shills. That makes sense. Their money's on the line. Same with how Justin Wong and everyone was bullshitting on MVCI. Granted, you ruin your reputation, but that, you know, you gotta get your money. But if you're just an average consumer, okay, what do you have on the line, bro? Why are you standing for Sony? Why are you standing for Call of Duty, bro? You get no money from this. If anything, you're the main motherfucker they're taking the money from. And guess saying what? For me, I don't make enough money for me to bullshit. And here's the honest thing. People are saying, if I relied on it, I'm gonna be honest. To me, why I would never take it, and you guys know for sure, everything comes out of my mouth is bullshit. I am literally greatest gamer. The second that comes into question, it basically has to say it like this. If I got paid $100,000 to play COD and say it's the best game of all time, that's the last money I'm ever gonna make, because then no one will ever take me serious ever again. Never. Because my reputation is now on the line. I am greatest gamer. Any single thing that this devolves at, I'm done. And it's the same thing, like, imagine if Dr. Disrespect, if he just stopped, imagine if he said, I'm sissy disrespect and did something, no, cool, no, then he's done. He's fucked. Like, him doing that will ruin his reputation way more than anything else this time. As you guys think, he's always made a comeback. Why? Because it's, you come here to watch Dr. Disrespect. You come like, you know what, I don't give a shit, this, that, whatever. He's a funny dude, he does this, I'm here for that. The second you fail, like, everyone has a gimmick. Why do people come to you? What is your product? What do you support? The second you lose it, you die. How many companies do we see this, right? Whether it's Gillette, Budweiser, Crackle Barrel. Oh, what's your... Oh, we're going to turn in this direction that has nothing to do with it. That's why it's funny. You can have controversies. Oh, this employee did this. Oh, they did that. Doesn't matter. As long as you still do the thing you're supposed to give to consumers, you'll make money. The second you leave it, gone. That's why, to me, you will never see me bullshit. That's why you'll never see mobile game ads, because I don't do mobile games, or any game I don't like. Because here's a better way. You can give me $1 million. Nope, not worth it. Because that means that's the last $1 million I'm ever going to make. And I lost my reputation. Plus, to me, I care way more about gaming than the average person. I'm not... Yeah, I'm in it for the money, but I'm more in it because that's what I love, right? You know, and that's how everybody gets into it. Same with pro players. They obviously get into it, they love it, but they sadly see their series like Street Fighter or Call of Duty is a husk of itself. And that's why they don't care. They're like, well, my love is gone, so I don't mind. You guys get MVCI. Oh, get Call of Duty. They're like, man, just give me the check. I don't give a fuck. Like your own audience, you could be in the Discord like, oh no, bro, I was bullshitting that shit, right? That's the other thing with them. It's like, nah, bro. But yeah, regardless, whole thing is I love that Saudi Arabia is gonna make it so we can successfully, and like I said, hope they will help us get into the new dawn of age of esports, and I am there to shake hands with them, because with previous Evo, that shit was never gonna happen. Like I said, I'm very strict with my IP and who I'm gonna give it to, and Saudi Arabia has been the biggest supporter of my channel. So guess what? They earned, because here's the thing, man, I had to work my way. Chicago, LK, East, they were there with me from the ground up, and I've been there with them. Like, we are mutual, you know, hey, without each other, we wouldn't be where we're at, right? Respect to them. Everyone else, fuck you. Capcom didn't do shit for me. All you other content, you didn't do shit for me. Like, none of you, not a single fucking one of you did anything for fucking me. You guys say, support your creators, support your... Seriously, like, maybe I'm just being bullshit. Honorable Mar, would you guys not say I'm probably one of the best FGC content creators on the fucking platform next to Maximilian? Like, am I just thinking I'm ego, or am I wrong? Like, be honest with me.
I mean, it's literally only Maximilian, dude, I could think of. Like, you think all the pros, like, just occasionally posting stuff up here and there, like, okay, like, I would argue that you actually do your edits and everything better than them, because a lot of times they just kind of outsource their own stuff to other people. Like, you literally just work on your stuff personally. Yeah,
and mainly from that kind of perspective, because I'm not saying, obviously, some have good insight, and even I get my stuff from them in training. But yeah, no, definitely, as I'm talking about just overall as a content creator, editor, I do multiple content stuff. And on top of that, my tutorials are way better than every other fucking game content. The only exception is James Chen.
You 100% do your own work, including the gameplay, including the editing, and including the, like, taking the time to do all of this stuff. Yeah, like I said, the only other person I could think of would be Maximilian Dude, and that's because everyone within the FGC knows who Maximilian Dude is.
And that man is hustled. Like yeah, no, that man hustled for sure. And the other thing is, I would say one of the really good creators, Brian F. I think he's mad underrated. But the other thing is where other people, because they work a full-time job. I did this even when I worked full-time, and then there was times I was unemployed. And so I know to a degree, the reason I can say too is that part of it, okay, I definitely hustled, right? Like, same with Maximilian for us is the reason, because we really dedicated content creation, right? Like, me and Maximilian realized for FGC, content creation is more key. Japan finally started catching up, right? They started, and even Brian F talked about it, whatever. But most FGC content creators are not, and no hate on the smaller ones, right? But if you can say even ones like, good example, like fucking Justin Wong, like, dude, that dude has the weakest FGC channel. No offense, okay, you might be all the offensive. No, his channel's garbage. They only go to him because it's Justin Wong, you know? And again, Brian F's a good creator, but for him, I feel for him, he makes some of the best content. I think it rivals even mine. The only reason it's not at my level of editing, whatever, because like he works a full fucking time. You think he has time to edit and shit? Fuck no. You know, like, I feel like Brian F gets a pass. Outside of everybody else, like, nah, bro. And Dudley's smart. He gets people to do us on anything. He is just genuinely entertaining, right? Everyone knows that everyone, like, he's just genuine. But as far, we're talking about, like, legit effort, work. And mind you, the other thing is to me why I feel this way is, like, much like Max, like you said, dude, I do more than just fighting games, you know? But yeah, regardless, thank you very much for the compliments, Martin. I know, because you're one of the main people that said that I'm probably one of the most underrated channels, so I always remember that shit. And you know, I'm very humbled by it, but when I start reflecting too, I always think back, and this week to me, man, I'm over it at this point, right? I'm like, and that's why I love the fat guy queso that says, bro, if YouTube was only about hard work, bro, there would be so much more for YouTubers. But no, it's not. Like, he's right. He's 100% right. You know, Eris, good example. His content is technically trash. I still watch him. Why? Because I'm here to watch a dude talk the maddest shit with a green screen on his camera. Like, he's just entertaining. Did he work for his shit? Fuck. Even he'll tell you, like, dude, fuck no. He even says, dude, this isn't a job. It's just a hobby. And that's how I've always had them. That's like, to me, when I had that mindset after like 4 or 5 years of YouTube, I started doing better, because at the end of the day, this is just not sustainable. Putting this much work for fuck off all money is not worth it. Like, dude, I didn't get YouTube monetized until Street Fighter 6. Let that sink in, you guys. I've been doing content creation for well over 8 years. No one fucking supported me. Granted, part of it's more the problem with the YouTube algorithm than I'd say the FGC. But yeah, no. So trust me, you guys. I come from a genuine perspective as a pro player, as someone who's been in the FGC fucking Chicago scene, and as a content creator. Like, you people say this shit, but you guys don't back shit up, bro. So yeah, I'm glad you people are getting filtered out. Y'all weren't there for me. Y'all didn't do shit for me. Saudi Arabia has done more for me than any of y'all motherfuckers have for the past 10 fucking years. So yeah, that's just my whole thing. You want to talk about support? Y'all didn't support me for shit, dude. And then here's the thing, not even just tooting my horn. Like, I make some of the best tutorial content on fighting games, period. Like, actually, genuinely. Sagem has some very Omega biased things. That's why I think he's not a great teacher. He's too biased and not as analytical as I am. Daigo's a good labber and a decent master teacher, but I feel he's better in person. And Brian F is really good at breaking down concepts and whatever, but even he's not as good a labber as me and Daigo. That's why I'm objectively the best FGC teacher. James Chan's presentation is right up at my level. Like, it's weird. I like how Brian F, Sagem, and Daigo, and Justin, and not Justin, whatever, the dude I said earlier, all 4 of them, they're all me's, right? But I can do what they do at the same time. They can only do one aspect. I can do what all they do in one. That's why I'm literally the best FGC teacher. And I say this with confidence, like, no, dude, I am good. I've been doing this for a role before you. Look, dude, if I can get someone who's never played fighting games before, genuinely, like, unlike, Sagem, he toots his own horn too. Like, nah, bro, it's just this bullshit. Like, he was trying to say, oh, parry, this and that. Like, nah, shut the fuck up, bro. You're just being stupid. He's too dumb. And for me, I could take it, like, he literally, like, I had to break down to this. And mind you, I did the smart thing. If you're my student, I said, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Like, this man asked, oh, why can't I just command grab when I'm blocked? And I broke it down respectfully. I did not look down, whatever. And I immaculately broke down. And I made from this person basically having a scrub quote to be like, oh, shit, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. And guess what? This man went from basically scrub level, never played guilty, whatever. He became heaven. He fucking became celestial in about, like, 3 months. That is something not a single person who was, quote, taught someone else can even say. And mind you, and I did all that, whatever. But they are either already played a fighting game before, or come in with the mindset or work full-time or stream. No, this is a person who works full-time as a job. And does this as a part-time and for fun. They have no motivation. They're not a full-time streamer, nor they're a formal pro player, right? Like, that helps you a lot. They have a huge... The fact that I was able to get a random person... Hello. You wanna go with that? Oh, sorry. That I can get... You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is privileged, right? Like, Sagem basically gets a golden child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine you're getting a super talented kid. They've never played tennis. Well, they're talented. Of course they're gonna get good at tennis fast. But the fact that I was able to get a nobody... to in 1 to 3 months into something reasonable at a highest rank for Guilty Gear, compared to you taking almost a year for someone who does this shit near full time, I'm clearly the better teacher. That's just, it is what it is, you know? Yeah, that's all I got. You guys can continue on this one. I gotta print out some pictures, so you guys will take it over here from here. I'll be AFK. Regardless, I welcome our Saudi overlords. That's the lore.
I mean, what else is there to really touch at this point? I feel like we pretty much hit every basis. What's to come that we're all pretty excited about for the end of the year? Besides our Real Gaming Awards, which
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah, dude. You already know. I'm looking. Oh, by the way, I also forgot to mention I watched Sweet Home, the inspiration for Resident Evil. The movie and then the game. Yeah, the movie's trash. I'm not a fan. I did not like it, dude.
That is not surprising.
Also, fun fact, there's a game where you're in the trenches of World War I and some stuff. Not the 3D one. There's a 2D one. I think it's called something. I'll put it up. Hopefully, I flash it. But that game literally just dropped. I think today. I was looking at it and I added it. It's on PlayStation Plus, I believe. So you guys go check that game out. It's a like 2D top down. Pretty close. So we're gonna be getting that shit. I'm looking at my history right now. No, because there's a lot that happened. Actually, don't we have it on our notes? Everybody, take a quick look at our notes. I feel like we have.
Here, go to notes.
I'm looking at my history on YouTube.
My notes.
Mar, what you got?
Yeah, you were talking about PS6 specs that were.
Oh yeah, did you guys hear about the PlayStation 6 leaks? Apparently.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Apparently the PlayStation 6 gonna have an option disk drive instead of it being on the console itself. You have to buy it separately. Which.
Oh yeah, that's basically confirmed at this point.
Corporate monkey alert.
Yep,
Corporate
100%
monkey.
corporate monkey. Like it's already bad enough that we already have a console that barely has any games by itself, but now
you
they're
can't
like,
even
oh,
insert games.
oh, you bought physical games? Well, here's the extra $200 you to have. Knowing them, they'll probably put it like $200 to $300 just for the PlayStation 6.
Remember when the PlayStation 2 and 3 dropped? Their selling point was like you can throw in any kind of media disc so it would play. Now you just can't even have anything.
Nope. Facts. Yeah. Oh, but here's my thing. So apparently I seen with the spec. So I hate that there's someone. The thing that's annoyed me about these quote spec, and you know, it's the fanboys. They said that the PS6 is gonna be equivalent to a fucking RTX 5090. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Wow, they really said that.
Yeah, dude, I hate stupid fucking console normies. They don't know anything about electronics. First of all, every console throughout history is never the equivalent of anything past the 70 series. Like, they're always they're closer to 60 because they think the one thing consoles are really good at is power consumption. They're immaculate at not wasting power. You are not getting that at anything past a 70 series. That's not happening. 80s, TIs, and especially 90s are mad power consumers. And also, it shows to show you they're stupid. Consoles now use APUs. They don't use a CPU GPU combo. They use APUs and they have shared RAM, which is why it can be similar. That's when we say these things, they're like, oh, equivalent, that we're saying, because they work fundamentally different. When we're saying like oh, like if you put them side to side the game, this is the kind of hardware you need to match the FPS, but fundamentally they don't work the same. Like it's still gonna be an APU. I mean, my guess is like I'm thinking because the PS5 right now it's basically between anywhere like an RTX 2070 to a 3060. You know, mind you, I also have a that's why, and I've seen it from first hand. Like, yeah, no, there's a lot of similarities between my current PC setup and the PS5. Though the PC is better because I have more RAM and my CPU is way fucking stronger. But when it comes to graphic settings, yeah, they're like about the same ish. They're a little bit better than console because guess what? And here's the other thing, to mind you, see, that's the thing. It's supposed to be quote kind of similar to the RTX 3060. But here's the thing, because the fact that it is a full graphics card, of course it's going to be stronger. Again, look at it. Like, here's a good example. Like this is what people don't understand. So let's say someone says, oh, the PS5 has basically an RTX insert number, right? Let's say 3060, right? And then there's a gaming laptop 3060, and then it's the same thing with the PC. The 3060 on the laptop and the PC is not the same. The laptop version is a slimmed down version of it. What that means is even though it says 3060, in reality it has closer to a performance of a 3050. Like basically you go down a notch because it's smaller. It's not an entire graphics card. It is now a small die. And then the consoles are even worse because not only are you not dedicated, you now are sharing it. But to put it in layman's terms for most people, imagine you guys are getting work done. You have this big ass room, right? And it gets hot. That's why there's fans and everything. It's a lot easier for you not to sweat when, oh my God, we have, say, 8 people working on it, right? Okay, we have 8 people. Oh, we have 8 people. This is a big room. No one gets hot. Oh, the laptop. Oh, now you're crammed in. Okay, but we still have our own little office, but whatever. Now you're you're a console. Congratulations. You all share now one room and it's a small ass fucking room. So yeah, of course you're not going to be able to get as much work done compared to, you know, it's so weird. Like I said, console players don't know anything about fucking PC hardware, and it's crazy. Like, yeah, so basically what I am saying, mind you, I know APU's performances on consoles are a lot closer to laptops than they are, but mainly, and again, that's because optimization. Zeros and ones change everything, and that's something that people need to realize, right? That's why some games run worse on PC. It's just ones and zeros. But if games were optimized 1-to-1, you would see PC is always going to be number 1, followed by like gaming laptops, and then consoles would be right behind. And again, it's not that surprising because when you think about it, gaming laptops that are actually slightly weaker than a console tend to cost as much, if not more. Because portability is expensive. The whole thing is the portability aspect. Whereas the consoles, yeah, it's almost as portable as it, but it doesn't have to power a goddamn screen. You know, and that's the main reason the price goes up too, is because of the screen. And even then, again, okay, then why do consoles run better than gaming laptops even on the same specs? Again, optimization. Because at the end of the day, even though the specs are weaker and closer to the PS5, it's still a PC. Fundamentally, the game underneath the hood thinks it's a PC, and it's just like, oh, this is a weak PC. We're not optimized. Oh, this is actually, like, even though it says RTX 3070, oh, it plays more like a 3060. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, I think closer to the PS6 with all that, so we know what I'm talking about. I think the PS3 will be closer far more to, I think, the 40 series, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, by the time they were developing, the 50 series didn't exist. It doesn't make sense. Imagine, basically, Sony would have to have already known and be in cahoots with NVIDIA, which they're not anymore. They work with AMD. And the thing is about AMD, this matters, is they're always behind NVIDIA. They're not at their same level. And granted, I mean, we won't get into it, right? I'm not going to get into the whole PC thing, but you guys don't know. They use AMD, not NVIDIA. And so even theirs will be run less than the NVIDIA version because NVIDIA basically has a monopoly at this point. I'm thinking they're going to be a 40 series because guess what? When they're developing it right now, the 50 series is still barely getting their quirks out. Every time when console manufacturers ever get chips, they're usually like pretty much near the finished version. You know, they're not going to have a beta version because guess what? You have to have the full finished product first before you make it small. You get what I'm saying? The 50 series is still barely in its infancy. We're barely getting small models for laptops. You know what I'm saying? We have to have it go there, and then the console manufacturers will now take we have an optimal version of the small version, and it's cheaper. Because at the end of the day, console manufacturers are focused with a good, consistent top of the not maybe the toppest line, efficient, cheap processor. And you're not gonna you know what I'm saying? You cannot have the power of a 5090 when your system's not even the size of the graphics card, and the graphics card alone is like $1,000. There's no way in hell you're getting a console. Like the PS6 is gonna be $1,000. But here's the thing, the card costs $1,000. You know, it doesn't add up. It just doesn't. Like it's gonna be closer to a 40 series. But with optimization, it'll have the performance of maybe like a 5060. You know, that is my guess. I think it'll be on paper an RTX 4070, but you could see performance comparable to a 5070. But again, purely from an optimization standpoint, right? I'm saying like pure hardware, I think it's RTX 4070. That would be your 1-to-1. Maybe a TI if we're lucky. But in real world performance, like games that are optimized for the PlayStation, which they will be, you'll see like closer to like 5070. But that's also taking into account that the game's not basically best case scenario is it has 5070 performance because it's optimized on PlayStation, but it's not optimized on PC. So let that sink in. That we're at a state where, because you guys know historically consoles have always been stronger, right? It was arcades, consoles, and then PCs. But then it took John Carmack to revolutionize how pixels were displayed for PC to really catch up. And then it was around like PS2 era. PS2 was strong. Like every time we started getting more and more like PS1, PS2. PC has been catching up. Heck, in the PS1 era, PCs had one advantage, RAM, and that's the thing they've always had for years. That was their biggest thing, right? That's why they changed games, whatever. But like at the launch of a system, if they did it right, the system was always stronger. It wasn't until the PS2 where consoles started beating arcades, or they were even with arcades, right? And PC were still slightly behind, but in a year or two, they would overpass both of them, right? That's how it happens. It's always a matter of time when PC beats console, right? We're talking from a relative standpoint. And then from PS3 era, was okay. That was a huge leap. Like PCs were not being able to do what the PS3 did, but not only did it take a couple generations for PC to catch up, surpass it, in a couple more years, dude, they left PS3 behind because the RAM that the PS3 had was abysmal. Like I love the PS3. I wish we never changed it, but looking at it from a developer standpoint, I understand when we needed to switch to the PS4. That old hardware was too limiting, purely for the RAM, not the CPU or GPU, just the RAM, and that advantage has helped PC gaming a fuck ton. Meanwhile, arcades no one cares about. Like PS3 was the era arcade side, because guess what? You don't need to go to an arcade to get high level quality. Like we had PS3, people were putting PS3s as arcade games. You guys know Under Night? People would just put into cabinets PS3s with Under Night and said, "All right, let's go home." Because now there was no reason to get a dedicated hardware. It's too expensive. It's cheaper to just have a system or a PC. Because guess what? That's what Tekken 7 ran on. It ran on just a bunch of PCs. And now we're at the era. This is where I think, because the PS5 definitely came out at a point where you could build a PC that's strong, but it would be substantially more expensive. Like trying to match a PC that that's why they always say the console killer. It was really hard to get a console killer for a while for the PS5. Like the PS5, I think, was the biggest substantial leap we got since the PS3 in a good while. That's why I like it. It's just developers suck and don't know how to make it. But now I think the PS5 is the last system where consoles come out on top, because now PCs are just so far ahead, and it just is not economically viable for the average person to get a console that can match a high-end PC. Because that's what it was, like literally a PS1, PS2, and PS3 were the equivalent of a high-end PC for that exact year. The next year, they would obviously be out of date or some shit like that. Or, it depends, right? But yeah, no, now, like the PS6 is going to come out, dude. My current PC is still going to destroy that fucking... Like, whatever. I could just upgrade to literally change one component. Boom. Better than the PS6. Like, nah. We finally reached the point. I like it for like 3 generations, Like, I didn't even say like the PS3 was probably the last one. The PS4, no, dude, PC caught up real fast. But that was more because they didn't develop the PS4 right. PS5 was developed right. So it had like what would we say, like, I'd say like 4 years. Like the PS5 had 4 good years until we had a true console killer. Console killer is, can you have much better performance in the system for the same fucking price? It took 4 years for us to get a console killer for the PS5. Granted, again, it's also the market, this and that, but regardless, stands. I think the PS6 will finally be the system where you can have a PC. You will not get outdated by a system. Just know. Like, if you get something modern right now, like that's at least RTX 30 series, and you get any of the recent Ryzen X3D CPUs, you're golden. You're fucking golden. Which I did hear, by the way, which this is what surprised me. So now I know the P6 is going to be a little bit stronger, that it's going to have the CPU equivalent of a 56X3D series. So, mind you, the tech they're using now is actually last gen. So that's the other thing. Like, and it makes sense because they've been developing it for the last 5 years. Dude, this this shit just dropped. Like, literally, we might as well say right now, today, we have RTX 50 series. We have the X3D series. So you want to say, like, you understand, right? Like, imagine you're working on something and then you have to change everything. That's why, like, I know for sure they're going to use RTX 40 series hardware, and they're going to use early X3D so that it's going to be behind PC. You know, like, you're literally a generation behind. Like, that's what's going to be funny to see. And I think that's going to get people more upset when the PS6 costs $1,000 and it's not even going to match what will be at that point modern PC hardware, which I think is actually going to be really nice, and it's going to be good for, first of all, developers are going to be a little bitch. It's like, oh, whatever, they're still going to shit. So we're going to see game, because they're always, you know what I'm saying? Because we already seen it with Borderlands. Oh, this and that. No, they're developing an RTX 50 double 5090s playing at 30 FPS 4K with ray tracing. And then when they go to the PS6, like, dude, that bitch can't do that. Like, even with how much better ray tracing is going, dude, their ray tracing is not going to touch goddamn the Intel B580. Fuck no. Heck, right now the Intel is making the B5 Titan. Like, no. So these console fanboys saying out here, like, dude, nah, it's over, bro. Basically what I'm saying is the consoles have lost. It's over, bro. You will no longer at any point ever be able to say, oh, we're better than a PC. Oh, we're just, nope. You are now a generation behind PC. So now PC gamers, oh, consoles hold PC gaming back. No, they never have. They've actually been pushing it forward, you idiots. Now you guys can say they're holding them back, because they will be. They're gonna be a generation behind. So right now, as I'm speaking, my PC is near a PS7. Not 6, 7. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully, you guys. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on what I said about the PlayStation? I hope you guys like the in-depth detail from a developer.
You can't say that too much if you think about it, man. Like, console players can't really count that many numbers. You know, that's why it takes them so long to even get to that point.
And you know,
I'm gonna say, thank God I made my transition over to PC around this time.
Yeah, no.
Thank God.
Yeah, no. If you've transitioned to PC right now, is a really great time.
Go support your local PC.
I mean, because didn't I guys tell you that basically my PC, it's 1,200. I spent the extra 400. Dude, I came in with the plan to spend as much as I would have spent on a Pro, which is $800, and I just spent the extra 400 to last me. So I literally got a PS6 early. I spent the 400 to get the PS6 early.
I did the opposite thing. I upgraded my PS5 just to realize there's still no games.
Yup. Still no games. But yeah, I mean, heck, if anything, do you guys think I probably see? On top of that, did I feel like I give the best actual genuine analysis on what the PS6 will actually be? I feel like I kind of cooked here. What's your thoughts, Mar?
Yeah, I could say that. That sounds pretty fair.
Mind you, I'm not even saying anything concrete. I'm at least giving guesstimations, which is the right way to do it. Instead of saying, oh, it's gonna be this. Like, no, that's stupid. We don't actually technically know, but I'm just giving more or less what I think it'll be on paper for hardware, and then what it'll actually be in performance, right? And I'm using history, something people forget to use. Like, look at history. History repeats itself, kind of thing, right? In this case, history is changing, not repeating. But yeah, I went off on that one. But I feel like I had to give my 2 cents, you know, because I know tech. I fuck with tech. I fuck with AI. I'm a developer. You know, I swear to God, because you know there's gonna be people in the comments or something. They're gonna like, whoa, what do you know? Like, dude, I know way more about tech than you ever will. Don't touch me. I literally took apart my PS3 as a teenager. Miss me with that shit. Anyways, I think that's our. Hold up. Oh, I guess so. We're good, right? I can switch on to the next topic. It'll be very short.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the Virtua Fighter beta? Like, no, Virtua Fighter beta.
No, I did not hear about it.
So here's what I thought.
It's like how we missed that Marvel Tokon had a beta as well. It's like, wait,
Oh.
I had a beta too?
Yeah. So what was
Everything
it?
had a beta apparently.
Yeah, for real, dude. Even like I'll get into it, but like, yeah. So okay, I thought this was a beta for the new Virtua Fighter 6. No, apparently they're re-releasing Virtua Fighter 5, except this time with rollback, and for the PS5. Like, this is weird. Am I not wrong? This is literally like, I feel like this is kind of pointless. I feel like everybody enjoyed the remaster with its good server, but like, I mean, it's cool. They're making the fantastic. I think they're doing it just to get people excited for Virtua Fighter 6, right? Well, I mean, what's your guys' thoughts on this? This is even earlier than the Last of Us remaster. Oh, here's the remaster, here's the remake, here's the remake. Like, I feel like this is kind of the same, except I feel like, well, it's Virtua Fighter, so it's good. Like, you just dropped this on PlayStation, like, not even 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. why are we getting a re-release? Like, this is so weird. Like, this is even more. I feel this is faster than Gears of War 1, and I feel more pointless. I get rollback, sure, whatever. But I feel like that's mainly just like this could have just been an update. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the main thing is rollback, like this could have been an update.
Well, why update a game when you could just re-release it and make it seem like, you know, it's been 40 years since the last one? Because in all honesty, I completely forgot that it came.
Shit, yeah. And you know what I think it is too? I feel like that because people forgot it came out to an extent. And I feel like the fact that it released on Plus kind of gave it a weird thing. But also, the thing with finding...
Wait, it released on PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, that was day one. It was the only day one thing that PlayStation ever had.
Oh my God. Oh...
And you know what I think it really is, and it's I hate to admit it, but with FGC players we get cucked, but we have to. And this is why, like, especially like in indie and anime fighters, they have to re-release the game instead of a patch. Dude, first of all, that costs money. It really does. And let's be real, Virtua Fighter players are niche as fuck. If you want that rollback update, yeah, you should kind of fork over the 60. Is it fair? No. But would you like to play your game? You know, at the end of the day, it's like, were you willing to put, like, you know, let's say for us, let's say we're playing an old ass game, right? If someone's like, oh man, I would give you $60 so you could add rollback. Oh yeah, I do. You know, that's a really, with these things, you got to realize it's not the same. We cannot put Virtua Fighter to the same standards as we do Microsoft or Sony, because it's not. Virtua Fighter just does not sell. It just simply doesn't. So this is a way to get people's eyes on it again. And here's the thing too, and I know this, I can actually 100%, dude, NetherRealms did theirs for free, and they said it cost them a shit ton of money just to retroactively add rollback.